Oh, this thing is on. Okay, great. Folks, welcome. Keep the voice crack in the freaking video on YouTube on as well. Keep it for the archives. Folks, it is 2:45 a.m. for me, okay? And I, quite frankly, like, it's me, Yusong, by the way. I'm coming at you live at 2:45 a.m. Now, I should tell you right now, first and foremost, I don't even know if this is real right now. Like, I don't know if I'm awake. I don't know if this is a hallucination that's solely existing in my head. And the reason for that is, and please forgive me for repeating this, but it's 2:45 a.m. In all seriousness, I am so excited today to be commentating the Grand Chariot Cup 2025, commentating what I'm sure will be some exciting games of Riichi Mahjong, and I'm joined today by an incredible guest. She is the winner of the Montreal Riichi Open in 2022 and represented the USA at the World Riichi Championship in 2023. She's also a ranked Master 3-star at Mahjong Soul. You also know her as the president and founder of Riichi Nomi, the biggest Riichi Mahjong club outside of Japan. Claire, welcome back to the freaking stream. Good morning.
Good morning, Yusong. Thank you so much for having me. I am so excited to be here, especially considering it is not 2:45 in the morning where I am. It is a more reasonable 5:45 in the morning, 5:52 now.
Honestly, the circadian rhythm for all human beings exists to function in this way. At around 3 to 4 to 5 a.m., it is the perfect time to be commentating some Riichi Mahjong. So, Claire, how are you feeling today? Were you able to sleep? Are you feeling? Are you confident that this is not a hallucination?
I am very, very confident and excited about this. I personally do think that the wee hours of the morning are the best times to watch Riichi Mahjong, because if something crazy were to happen, it would all feel like a dream. So,
of course,
I'm feeling good about that. I'm not even that tired. I'm quite excited to see what happens today.
Hey, I'm drinking coffee for the first time in like a year. And you're right, it's still nighttime. There's still dark spirits circling the Mahjong table. Hopefully we get to see some pretty spooky stuff. Now, before we get too into it, we gotta break down what's going on today. What are the rules? What is on the line here? And here are the rules. But basically, just to give you an overview, 4 teams, one representing each each server of Mahjong Soul. Hang on, give me 1 second. Okay. And it's fine, and we're fine streaming at 2:45 a.m. And it's and we're chill, and it's totally okay. Here are the rules. 4 teams, each of 4 players from one of the Mahjong Soul servers, are going to be competing today for glory and for a whole bunch of prizes. But before we do that, I just wanted to talk about like the rules of the matches that are in question. Okay, so it's not going to be like your average ranked game. The starting points are going to be 30,000. And the goal is 35,000, as in the match is not going to end until someone has over 35,000 points. And then this is also something that's very, very weird. There's no busting, which means that if you go below 0, the game is not immediately over. We do not immediately all go home, but instead the game just continues. And I believe that you can still call Riichi even if you owe points. Claire, something that I would love.
You can send yourself into bankruptcy like that.
You can send yourself into bankruptcy. Thank goodness they do not allow me to do this in my ranked games. Claire, I wanted to ask you about something. It says here that first place all last dealer win ends game. No. First place all last dealer tenpai ends game. No. So this is not your average South 4 that you're going to see in like a ranked game. How does the game actually end?
That this is honestly one of the most fun and exciting rules that they put into tournaments, because you can just run it back endlessly. Like, if you need 100,000 points to make it to the top, you could just keep winning and winning and winning and winning and winning. The game will not end until you don't get to tenpai as the dealer or somebody else wins their hand to end the game. So it puts a lot of pressure on the other players, also puts a lot of pressure on you if you're only in first by a tiny little bit and you still need to keep on playing to secure. If you need to be tenpai, you need to win that hand, and you just need to keep going. You can't just dust your hands with your first place and walk away. So
absolutely, don't let your memes be dreams. Anything could happen in South 4, because again, yeah, like you're saying, the game does not end as quote unquote easily as it would. I'm gonna try to get us into the tournament lobby right now, and he knows how to do this, and he's not scared that he's not gonna know how to. And it's fine. And okay, we have the watch screen here, and that's totally acceptable. And we're gonna wait for the first game to queue up. So again, we have 4 teams filled with 4 players, 1 from each of the servers. There's a KR server, a CN server, a JP server, and an EN server. Claire, you actually know people that play Riichi Mahjong, which is a big difference between you and I. You know one of the EN server players?
Yeah, Jingchi is actually a good friend of mine. We meet up whenever I do one of the tournaments in Europe, which I go to from time to time because Europe is, by many accounts, a cooler place to play Mahjong than the USA, if only because you're in Europe and you're not in America anymore.
Yes.
And Jingchi is a bro. He's super fun, really strong Mahjong player, both offline and online. So I'm really excited to see him play, cheer him on in this game coming. With all the EN server players, I'm not sure, Yusong, are we allowed to be biased?
You know,
Like, can we root for our homeboys, or do we need to be neutral?
I think that, you know, as commentators, we should endeavor to be neutral, but the heart wants what the heart wants. How can we stop the natural pull to root for our friends, or in your case, your friend, and me, like, I'm just kind of tagging along, but absolutely.
You're our friends now.
Okay, absolutely. And speaking of playing in Europe, I just want to say again, like, hi to everyone on both the YouTube stream and the Twitch stream. Thank you so much for joining me in this 2:58 a.m. endeavor. I saw a lot of people saying that they were joining us from Sweden, from Australia, from the EU. This is an EU-friendly stream. You know, I would say it's kind of cruel that they designed it this way, that the most friendly time zones for other people are the least friendly to Yusong's physical and mental health. But you know what? That is okay. That is absolutely okay. Claire, you've played in like actual tournaments, real life tournaments. Like, what are you doing 5 minutes before the game? Are you just trying to like breathe? Are you just trying to remember how to get into Tempai? Like, what's going on in your head?
5 minutes before the game, I'm aggressively socializing with the people I'm about to be playing with in an attempt to become their friends and learn something about them before we have to play Mahjong with each other. From time to time, I'll slip them a Riichi Nomi business card so that they remember that they can come play Mahjong if they're ever in New York. It's the strong networking moments, and I'm very rarely actually thinking about the game of Mahjong 5 minutes before it starts, which maybe is bad, but you know, once the game starts, you don't have any time for chit chat, so. You got to get that yapping in.
Absolutely. This makes me think that of my behavior at Riichi Nomi was completely unacceptable. I was just yapping all the live-long days, so
Oh, listen, I feel like you'd be great at the yapping portion of tournaments. There's no way you wouldn't knock that part out of the park.
Oh my goodness. I think, yeah, the thing that I'm most excited to see today, and I need to like tell this as a warning, okay? If anyone brings any of these hands as examples to me, oh, Yusong, you should push more, and oh, Yusong, you should keep in mind, this is not a ranked game, okay? The goals here are different. I think that if you fall behind, there's no reason to like to lick your wounds and walk away. I think that you are just shoving Riichi after Riichi and like not folding in a way that's way more aggressive than you would see in your ranked games. Claire, is that even remotely accurate, or am I just?
No, I think you're definitely right about that. With the only caveat, of course, right, that if their team takes a big lead in the first game, we might start seeing some turtling after that. People going to be hunkering down with the points they've gotten, and maybe not, you know, running it down mid quite as much. But then the other teams that did not take that first place to start with perhaps will be running it down mid after that.
Absolutely.
Now, can I ask you a question, Yusong?
Yeah.
Is there any chance in the home screen you could pull up the rules? I'm curious what the UMA is going to be in this tournament.
Oh my
Like
goodness.
on the home tab on the tournament screen.
In the home tab on the tournament screen, we're curious.
Yeah,
what
hit
the UMA is
details
gonna
right
be.
there.
And I can see what I can definitely see where the details button is.
Very good, very
Yeah,
good. We got
thank you.
this.
The UMA
Oh, there's
is
no UMA.
so that's really interesting. And Claire, I obviously know what this means because I'm like so knowledgeable when it comes to Riichi Mahjong. I understand the nuances of tournament play. I obviously know what this means, but just in case anyone here doesn't know what that means, could you please explain that?
UMA is just a bonus that you get after each game. It is something that you get on Mahjong Soul, which does impact the number of rank points you get before if you win or unfortunately, if you lose a game.
Right.
But in the context of tournament, it's deeply important because it takes the base points that you get from winning, and then either if you do like a big win, like adds even more on top of it, or if you lose even worse because of it. So it's kind of like a penalty bonus. So I was a bit curious because over for Hanshan, a penalty like a placement bonus or penalty could make a really big difference. But no Uma is really interesting here. Very unusual.
We might be going for more of like a cumulative score kind of a metric today is what I'm assuming. Yeah, but either way, like I'm sure that factors into the decision making, especially if like I guess knowing the exact score is nice, but more so knowing like how big of a win that you need to go for if you are trailing behind it all. Like that's definitely something that you want to be aware of, especially if you're playing on a team and not wanting to let the other 3 people down.
Oh, 100%. You don't want to be that guy who's bad at math. That's the nightmare of every Mahjong player, right?
Yeah, of course. You don't want to be the guy that's commentating a Yo-Star tournament and then doesn't even know how to score a hand. I mean, that would quite frankly be embarrassing. That would like, I don't know. And we don't need to imagine the employees who reached out to me with their head in their hands, regretting all their decisions, because that's not happening. That's not happening. That's not in the back of my head right now as I struggle to form words.
So sure about this, Yusong. Like you're Master 1, right? Master 1, Master 2?
Master 2.
Something of that sort.
Like you're not wrong to assume Master 1. I'm gonna be back there pretty shortly. Yeah.
Up or down?
I'm Master 2, but like in my heart.
Oh,
like,
okay. Yeah, you're a Master 2. You know how to score your Mahjong hands. Let's not play down your abilities here. I've heard tell that you're quite good at Mahjong.
I think that's honestly one of the nicest things that anyone's ever said to me. I'm not even exaggerating. That's so nice. I can score Mongon plus hands so long as everyone at this tournament just wins huge hands over and over. There's not gonna be a single decimal point out of place. Like I will be there, but anything short of that, we're getting into the weeds with the 7700s and the 7900s. Claire, how long have you been playing Mahjong, and did you learn how to score right from the beginning?
Oh God, no! I've been playing Mahjong for I shouldn't even admit the viewers will know how old I am, but the number is greater than 15 at this point. So
absolutely.
Make your own assumptions about how old I might be from that. But I have been playing Mahjong for 15 years or more, perhaps. But I didn't learn how to score for the first 10 years without scoring my own Mahjong hands. Can you believe that?
I can believe that, and I'm walking in your footsteps, and that gives me carte blanche to not learn for like another, I don't know, like 4 to 5 years. Like I'm kind of like thrilled by that knowledge.
It's true. I honestly did not learn to score until when I moved to New York. I started playing home games, and I would play with my friends, and they would be so tired of scoring with me, they would stop doing it. They're like, "We will pay you the amount that you tell us to, but we won't pay you if it's wrong." So you'd sit there and you'd be like, "Oh my God, like I gotta get this right or I'm not gonna get paid."
Oh my goodness. Okay, yeah. I see it's like driving with a GPS constantly. You just never find the need to learn how to actually get around your neighborhood. I feel like if Mahjong Soul one day needed me to input the score, yeah, I would learn within 24 hours. You would never find anyone who's as studious as I, but because everyone at Riichi Nomi is so nice IRL, and because of course online clients will do it for you, desire is not necessarily as there as it should be. Oh my goodness. We might have time to look at the players as well from each of the 4 regions. So I'm gonna like go over there. I'm gonna keep my eye on this just in case the game begins to count down at any moment. But we do have we can go over the prizes as well. Right. Okay. So people here are playing for a boatload of Jade and a title to rock in the Mahjong Soul game. But not only that, this is again a battle between the 4 servers, and as a result, like we should arguably, because we are on the EN server, be cheering for the EN team, because the server of the team that wins will also receive a bunch of rewards. So you're not just playing for yourself. I mean, obviously the Jade and the glory and the title, they're not bad. At the same time, you got the whole server breathing down your neck. I want to buy some things from the shop. So that is definitely a little spicy. Claire, I am now looking at the KR server.
Right? The server of the winner also gets like a purple bag, right?
I think you also get like a purple bag or something. Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely. Yeah.
I think so. I think so, which is pretty big because I am constantly in need of purple gifts for bonding my characters. So I'm very invested in the EN server getting the purple bags.
There's no soothing quite like the home screen telling you that even though you did 4th, you're okay. And so yeah, we're gonna need some more of these purple bags if Yusong's mental state is gonna remain calm. Okay, the KR server representatives. A lot of these players have taken some names or have had top finishes in like the cat food miners, the other tournament plays. So I'm just gonna go through the players really quickly. This is the KR server. These are the players from the JP server. Some of them have really nice like because I think they were asked to submit like a quote. And then, like, for example, the player Tatsuba, this is the first time in my life I've had the chance to share a table with players from so many different countries. I'll pour all my energy into it and enjoy every moment of this experience. Okay, so you're like, I don't know. It just reminds me that, Yusong, you don't have to tilt out of the face of the planet. You can play Mahjong for, like, the fun of the game. Claire, if they asked you for a quote before a tournament, what would be your, like, ethos going into it?
Asked me for a quote before a tournament, I'm not gonna lie, I would probably meme a little bit, maybe just a little. I don't know if you share that sentiment, but I feel like I would try to say something a little bit funny. But I do appreciate, these quotes, when you look at them and you read them, they're very heartwarming, right? Like it's inspiring me.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, the game is starting. Oh my God, the game is starting. Oh, we gotta get back into the game. Okay, so we might be joining this a little too late, but thank you so much to the chat. What the? Okay, all right. So
okay. A lot is going on already here.
A lot is going on, but we're in East 1. So the player across from the dealer has called Riichi, and the point totals might look a little strange to you, but we do start at 30,000. So this is the situation that we're in. We're staring down the barrel of a Riichi 1 Dora hand. Not the most bombastic hand, but at least a double-sided weight. Claire, is there anything else that you spot at this table right now as we just hop into the game?
Well, it looks like the player on the left there also is Tenpai waiting on the 7 of bamboo, right?
Yes. Yeah.
And it looks like they are just jamming whatever into the Riichi. You can see they cut the 5 dot, which doesn't look like it was safe at the time. The 3 characters too. Looks like they're really running it down. They want that win.
Absolutely. I mean, White Dragon, Green Dragon, 1 Dora. Not, the single tile weight leaves a little something to be desired, but 3 Han is 3 Han. Like that's pretty valuable. And then the player to our right also getting into Tenpai. Oh my goodness, waiting on a 3 or a 6 of circles.
I bet they're gonna win. I would put my money on it if I was a betting woman. Not that I'm a betting woman, but if I was, I'd put my money on that one.
Right, we might Riichi call on right with chances of winning, but oh my goodness, the laydown. Maybe not wanting to start with a gigantic deficit at the start of the game.
Wait, did you see? They got rid of their Tenpai when they got the 6 bamboo, and then immediately the 3-pin came out from the guy across.
This is tragic. All right, yeah, already.
That's tragic. That's tough.
Already the
and then Jumbo. So Jumbo, the Saber player here, the player on the right, that's the one I'm going to be cheering for. That's the EN server player there.
Of course. Okay, Jumbo unfortunately experiencing some degree of like the despair of being a human, but we can now switch to their perspective. Oh my God, what a hand to cheer for. This is just gross. This might have to be a cheat toy hand. It does not seem like they were willing to press the pawn button on the West one, but this is like 7 pairs, red 5, 2 Dora is what, a dealer Hanemon at worst? This is a gross hand.
Hopefully, if it can connect. I do think there is a chance here with the right draws that we end up shifting into more of a run-based hand, especially now with that draw with the 3-4-5 completed, right? The issue is with both of those Wests out, it's going to be really hard to complete the run-based hand. Maybe West-West comes out here. What do you think?
Wow, West-West does come out. So this hand, at the end of the day, could be on a double pair weight for like the 2 of characters or the 5 of bamboo or something weird. Like, I don't know. I don't really think that Pinfu's going to materialize in this hand, but weird things could happen. Red 5 of circles. There's no tiles around it, but I feel like it could still get used in this hand.
Yeah, it's possible, right? If you pick up one of that nice, a 4-pin or a 6-pin or something, you could cut that pair of the 2-mon maybe. And then the issue is you almost always end up on a bad weight unless your draws are very good. Yeah. So awkward. Interesting choice too with the player to the left here choosing to keep that 1-pin Dora. Maybe hoping I mean, it's hard to imagine how they're going to end up using it in their hand either, but if I were them, I might get rid of it early before it ends up getting me in a lot of trouble. What do you think?
You know, I love coward strats. I love especially throwing away the Dora early. Like, if I have no tiles around the Dora, listen, I accept that I'm going to get a stern scolding from Maka in the post-game analysis, and yet I must throw the Dora away. And there, it comes out immediately after, you know, the Dora was once discarded. We know it's a safe tile. Right. But yeah, this hand is so... This hand is so good, but it's very, very hard to get into Tenpai. At this point, I'm looking at it, and like, if you get a pair, it's so hard pressed for me to not go Cheetoy here. Like, we're 9 discards in. Any thoughts as the round has continued?
I think that this is one of those tragic situations where the starting hand looks really, really good, and it might just never get there, right? Because the 1 pin now, you can't make a triplet out of it. With the 3 dots, it's also already 2 out, and you know, you can tell he's thinking really hard here about how to even structure this. At least with the 3 bamboo pickup, you could at least secure the 1 pin just as a pair, and with the right draws, maybe get there, but. I might even start calling for a no Yaku Tenpai just to keep my dealership, which is tragic.
Yeah, yeah. With this hand, it's like being offered caviar and just eating a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. It's like sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. We're starving here. We're absolutely starved. And okay, 5 of bamboo comes out. Also kind of a defensive play. You know, 5 of bamboo looks like a safe tile. And I don't know if you see just like infinite weights here from the player across from us. That's just like this is a hand that if I had in real life, I would not. I would be in secret for a 10. I just like wouldn't know what to win off of.
It's like one of those ones when you have it in person that you're just like arranging the tiles in your hand to try to understand, like, and you like move them to different places, and everyone looks at you funny, like, what's she cooking?
Yes, real noob behavior. Oh, then the three of circles ends up coming out anyway. Claire, I would you mind helming the ship for a second? I am adjusting the cameras, and I'm not imagining any employees with their head in their hands regretting this decision. Okay, and it's done.
Absolutely not. I'm happy to helm it. I'm actually really enjoying all of the specific draw of tiles here that has caused all of the 2-mons locked in Jumbo's hand to not need to come out. I think you have to chi here for sure. You chi for Tenpai, you've got all of these Dora, and look, somebody else sumos just because of that.
Yes.
That's this poor Jumbo. Justice for Jumbo. Jumbo deserves better than this.
I mean, it always feels like when you adjust the draw order with a pawn or a chi, like that's when someone immediately ends up sumoing.
Yes.
Not to interrupt you.
And then when you're playing in person, they look you in the eyes and they say, "Nice chi," and you're like.
See, this is when an
Does
emote
that not
would
happen
come out.
to you? That happens to me.
Honestly, you know, I'm hearing you talk about this, and I'm like, I can't handle in-person play. That would like, I get shattered by an emote. I can't look another human being in the eyes as they run all over me. I just can't do it. No, this hand. This is
Ishan 10. This is crazy.
Really, really fast. And I feel like if you get the chance to call Riichi on any of these honor tiles,
you
slam the Riichi, because those honor tiles are now especially likely to come out because of that Riichi, because they feel quote unquote safe.
Yeah, exactly, right? This is about to be very painful and damaging to whoever gets in its way.
Would you ever press pawn here? Like the Dora tile coming out, like the 3 of characters coming out, would you ever press the pawn button?
This on the last time we were on the stream a little bit, didn't we? Listen, in this particular situation, I know I said I would always hit the pawn on the Dora. They're Ishan 10 so early for the Cheetoy. As much as I hate Cheetoy.
Yeah.
Oh my God, look at this. This is Ryamteko Ishan 10.
Yeah, this is gross.
This is disgusting.
This is just even without calling Riichi, it is what, twice pure double sequence Dora as the dealer? Am I missing something, or is that just like not gross?
No, it's disgusting. It's completely disgusting. But I mean, the only thing is, it'll be a little hard, right?
Yes.
It'll be hard to do. Oh, interesting cut of the form on there. What do you think about that?
You know, I like it. This is like, if you're gonna be evil, fully commit to being evil. We don't want to end up in some Riichi Pinfu nonsense land. Like this is either 12 or twice pure double sequence or bust here, and I like that. Now personally, in my ranked games, I would keep the 4 of characters all day and all night. But I'm not playing here. Yeah.
And it is true that this guy is aiming for what is referred to in the Namada strategy book as a BDH, or a big dick hand, right? Whereas perhaps perhaps, you know, like the more humble Riichi Pinfui Peiko Dora 2 is not enough for him.
Yeah,
he needs more. He wants more.
Absolutely not. So drawing into, a little bit of awkwardness here. Wow, like this is, I mean, no hesitation in cutting the 5 of circles. I would have at least flirted with the idea of cutting like five of bamboo here, but wow, this is a tough hand. It's not necessarily coming together. It's not going terribly either. Single tile of Riichi on the 8 of bamboo. There is evil afoot. There is evil afoot. What a nice Suji trap from the player across from us. If anyone is caught sleeping at the wheel, the 8 of bamboo definitely comes out.
Although they do say that Suji to the Riichi tile is considered to be just as dangerous as any other live tile because it's so often used in that way. But of course, if you were put in a dire situation and you had to pick, the 8 so is going to come out over another one, right?
Yes, of course. And some say that, one person's dire situation is another person's. Yusong really wants this hand to work, so he's gonna trust Suji anyway. Okay, wow, chasing Riichi by Jumbo.
Let's go Jumbo.
We go. So a pure double sequence, Riichi pure double sequence, red 5 hand, only single tiles alive at this table. And this hand started off as a dream, kind of getting a little awkward. Oh, and there's the 6 of bamboo. I mean, there's no way of knowing. And this hand could still get there with 7 pairs, but that's a heartbreaker to see.
That's okay. Here is the tempai. Here's the tempai. Surely we don't give up here. Surely. It's just a question of which one to cut, right?
Yeah. 2 of characters, dangerous tile. Not sure if it voluntarily comes out, but hey, you don't need it.
The other one would have been Ipatsu.
Oh. The other one.
It's painful. It's painful. It's painful.
But I suppose, you don't want to necessarily discard a tile that's close to the Dora. Oh, but I guess like no one can have a 1-3. It's just a tricky situation. It's a high pressure situation. And you don't want to throw away your lead, in East 3, so.
And you can see him really using his whole timer on this too. Yeah. Like he really is like, oh, doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
This is funny. I was actually looking at the list of player names as this Riichi situation was happening, and this individual who just won, their username actually is Suji Naxi, which is I guess in translation, sushi fishing, but you could also say Suji fishing, which is really what just happened with that 8 so weight, right? He's fishing for that Suji trap here.
That's absolutely beautiful. This is, hey, humble.
It's a commitment to the bit that I really appreciate.
Yeah, I absolutely love that. That's winning with your namesake. Holy moly.
That's good stuff.
Yeah, move over, humble Riichi Pinfu Farmer. There's a new sheriff in town. It's Suji fishing for Suji, and guess what? Well, no one's biting necessarily, but at least they got the sumo. So
they got the sumo.
We moved.
This is still such a close game, though. It's really like, for East 4, the scoreline is quite tight still.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you ever start getting desperate here, or do you think that folding is still an option? Because I'm looking at this position. If I have 27K points, like I'm not throwing folding out of the window yet. Because you're not that down desperate. And then if the player to your left ends up winning this, whatever. There's still that's your teammate's problem. There's still a lot of tournament left to go.
Sure, and because it is cumulative across all 4 players, like you don't wanna lose your mind and make it worse than it needs to be, right? Especially when there's no no UMA, like there's no extra hit for coming in 4th. Just minimizing your losses is very valid, especially with a score like this, which is barely even a loss, right?
Yeah. Still.
Do you remember if it said it's 30K return 35, or is it 30 return 30? I think it said 30 return 35, right?
Yeah, the goal was 35, meaning that the minimum score that we need to avoid the West round, where if you die in the West round, you die in real life, is 35,000. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, of course. No embellishment there either. Wow, Jambo with a really interesting cut. Has Adora in hand, but maybe not in love with that 1-2 shape that's feeling a little awkward.
Well, there it is. Yeah. There it is. It is definitely interesting to keep the 1 so a little later. Maybe they were hoping to pair it up.
Yeah, interesting, but Ishan 10 with just the white dragon pawn. One of them has already come out. Wow, doesn't even matter.
There it is. The instant Riichi right there, using the white dragon as the pair. I really like that. He's got some value. We have to hope for the best.
Yeah. The 3 and the 6 of circles, their winning tile. I mean, this is also a great play. Cheating into the 3-4-5, breaking Ipatsu, and still being in Tenpai yourself. Sure, the single tile weight isn't great, but 6 of characters feels like a safe tile. It's not a terrible position to be in.
Really interesting that. Oh, come on, send it out. Send it out. Do it.
You
do it.
You want to cut 1-3 here?
I mean, I think it's, as the dealer, it is reasonable to like try to prolong your dealership by reaching here. I don't hate it, but I mean, yeah, a lot of cowardly players perhaps would just cut the 1 and the 3 here.
I mean, this is one of those hands where like it's fun to call it Riichi, and then I do this all the time. I feel like 99% of my hands are just like on the sober light of day. It's like, oh my god, this was Riichi nothing. Like this was Riichi nothing. Like, wow. Yeah,
but the value of being the dealer is like pretty good, right?
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
Yeah. Like he wants to run it. This player, I believe, the dealer we're watching right now from the international Chinese server, San Ching, is the name, and you know they have a lot of hope that perhaps if they can continue their dealership, they can make something expensive out of it. Like a pickup of like the 7 pin here for them would be really good.
Yes, absolutely. Sanshoku, or I guess not really Sanshoku potential, but yeah, 8 of bamboo comes out. Trusting in the Suji gods, the 5 of bamboo coming out. No one's waiting on a 6-7. The 8 of bamboo can come out as well. Yeah, perhaps just not wanting to throw the game totally away.
Oh no, Jumbo! Let Jumbo have nice things.
Jumbo, unfortunately,
it's not fair. It's not right.
Paying $1,000 just to watch. This is, and it's robbed with a Tanya only. Oh, it's tricky. It's tricky. But yeah, moving into South Fort, no huge leads have been. 3-door jump scare. Okay. This is another potentially bombastic hand. Although it is my strict opinion that if your starting hand, if your high pie looks too good, you probably won't win it. Just because you used all your luck getting the good starting hand, and you probably have none left to win the rest. Absolutely, the luck is a finite, non-renewable resource, and I agree. Yes. You use them all in the 1-of characters. This hand is gross though. This is just like a slam Riichi, no matter what happens kind of a hand. And that's not a bad shape to get in the circle suit either. Yeah,
that it could be really, really big. The only case maybe I could see not calling Riichi here is if you happen to do the right pickups for the Sanshoku with the 4-5-6, because it would be even more gross Dama. Like, can you imagine? That would be disgusting.
Claire, I think you're on another caliber of like a Mahjong player than me. The fact that it's like 6 a.m. for you and you were able to spot Sanshoku is just like I don't know. I'm just you ever look at just like a painting in a museum and be like, yeah, I can't draw at all. like I can't.
No, you just always Sanshoku's right up here at all times. You just always gotta keep it in your head. That's my personal perspective.
That's, you know what, I'm learning some important lessons here. So we're 1 tile away from Senpai. A little bit awkward, like really nice drawing into a pair of the 5 of circles, but now really awkward if you end up on like a double pair weight of like the 5s and the 8s, for example, or something equally strange.
I don't think that ever needs. I don't think it ever needs to be the case, right? Because you could always cut if you pick up the if you fill in the 2-sided weight.
Yeah.
Right, then you're waiting on the 3 pin. If you fill in you could fill in with the 7 dot with the 6, 8, 8, and then maybe cut the 2, and then you're waiting on. Well, I mean, I guess it's not ideal, but we can hope. We can hope. Well, wait, no, we're not cheering for this guy. Never mind. I felt enthusiastic about his prospects for a moment until I forgot he was my enemy. So I take that back.
And Claire, this is I mean, I don't want to leak any DMs or something, but we were talking before the stream, and I was like, at a few points during the stream, I will be testing everyone to see if they can spot all the different Ishantens, and of course I saw this 2-4-6 shape. Of course the 2-4-6 shape. I'm not a stranger to it. It's just easy. It's another day at the office for me.
Though I will say I'm not as big of a fan of that shape as many others are. I was actually having a discussion with my friends. We were playing Mahjong the other night, and they were saying how much they like the 2-4-6 shape, like the jump, that little jump shape like that. Yeah. I'm not a fan of it. I'm more of a pairs turning into pawns girl myself. I'm not the jumping 2-4-6. When I see it, I'm kind of like, come on, bro, like. Give me something better than this. I can't cook with this. I can't cook with these materials. You know what I mean?
Meanwhile, I feel like I'm so starved for materials that oh my goodness, this has to be.
There it is.
You can't win without the Riichi, so here we go. Double-sided waiting. Beautiful. There's still a lot of, 1-4 left in the wall. Like at least you have 3 copies of the 7 of characters in the wall, so not a terrible situation by far.
Oh. And here's the Tempai from Nontanya across the way.
Mm-hmm. See if they take it.
But will they? Will they?
really scary to chase with Sea Wind only on a single. I can't watch.
Yeah. Ooh.
Holy moly.
That's gonna hurt.
Oh,
no.
my
Oh no.
God.
Oh no.
Oh, okay.
This is not good.
All right.
This is a huge win for the Korean server here.
Yeah, this is a huge kamsahamnida kind of a moment. We say thank you, we move on, we stay the deal, and when it rains it pours. But like, it's safe to say that this is the first big lead of the tournament. That's gross. That's 2 Oradora on top is
the 2 Oradora really added insult to injury here. And look at the shapes in this new hand too. This new hand is also, this is like the kind of hype high. You open it up and you're like, like a breath of fresh air, like something I can work with. Look at this, it builds itself, right?
Yes, absolutely. Do you ever go for the like any flush in the character seat here? Because I think I'm guilty of tunneling.
Not always. I whenever I have 4 or less tiles off suit, you think about it. As they say, you have to look at the hand and say the Honitsu committee is now in session, and then the Honitsu committee deliberates on it, and then you adjourn the committee when you've come to a decision on the matter.
Of course.
Yes. Yes. But in this case, I bet this guy, because he's a Suji enthusiast, right?
Yes.
I bet you any amount of money that he's keeping that 3-pin. So when he picks up that 4-so or the 6-so, well, now he's thrown it away. But if I were him, I'd be waiting for the Tanki wait on the 3. That's dirty.
Yeah. Absolutely evil gaming. At least, I mean, now you're in like a rare, luxurious position in a tournament where you don't have to fight super hard. Like, just even if this lead slips a tiny bit. Wow.
There it is.
Pure straight. Okay. All right.
Straight. That's awesome.
Yeah. I did
for him.
Yeah, I couldn't see that pure straight. Are you kidding me? Like it's 3:30 in the morning for me. This is
You're a strong soldier. You're a strong soldier, Yusong. You can do anything. I believe in you.
Oh my goodness, thank you. Okay, and
look at the Dora pickup. Beautiful.
Really
Korea
nice
is really popping off here. Although 2 of those 4 bamboos are trapped in Nantanya's hand over there.
Yes, 4
and 1 in Janbo's.
Only 1 tile left in the wall, and this is do you ever get squeamish looking at all the perspectives? Because this is just like nightmare fuel for me. Like whenever I call Riichi, I'm like, yeah, no, they're just all in other people's hands.
I know, it's hard not to imagine that, right? Oh, interesting to not switch to the pair weight there. What do you think about that? Yeah, I mean, like do you even think it's that greedy to be switching to the pair? Because I don't like, this is the quote unquote less greedy option. 4 of bamboo is more likely to come out than the Dora tile itself, but I mean, they don't know what we know, which is just like, you're never gonna get the 4 of bamboo. So this is tough. What do you think about that 5 of bamboo cut? I don't know. I do think that, like, well, perhaps the 4 would be easier to get. Like if somebody was, they had like a 4, 5, 6, they pick up the 7 Dora, they would slide it out by cutting the 4, right? Yeah. But on the other hand, you have to consider in this point situation too, what if you pick up another Dora? You really don't want to cut it back, right? Yes. Like you don't want to yeet it back into the world. So sometimes I think it's very defensive to take the weight with the pair of the Dora just to prevent yourself from being in a bad situation later. Yes. Sometimes, right? Yes. Being able to call Riichi waiting for the Dora tile is so nice in that respect, just because like, oh my God, it never has to come out. And okay, I mean, people are moving into Tenpai. This weight we can see is just like totally dead. The 4 babies are stuck in other people's hands. This one's never gonna come out. This might, the player across from us might be going for an all triplets situation later. Jumbo's hand might just like end up kind of like a womp 7 pairs Tenpai, but either way, wow. See, there it is. Yeah. There it is. Oh, and here's, they do go for the toy weight here. They're not going for the 2-sided 6-9 pin, which I guess is just like a plea for value. I don't hate it necessarily. Like, oh yeah, I think you have to, and you have to, right? Because if this is a good chance for them to get caught up in points with Suji fishing here, right? Because it's not like, even though 51,000 feels like a lot, I don't think it really is all that much, right? Like it's 19,000, like 8,000 point swing, and it's a very close game again. Like should Suji fishing deal in here? Yes, absolutely. Like a manga kind of resets the table. It really does. Super spicy situation. It always feels worse taking this like aggressive all triplets weight and then realizing that like you would have won had you waited for like the wider double-sided weight.
great, but like, that's not happening now, and I don't think that's a good way to think about it. Like, I think if the game plan going in is like, no, I want the value for this hand, like, yeah, go for it. It's Red Dragon, Red 5, all triplets, a nice little Mongon.
I think too that there's a lot of value in this situation where you're already in South in prolonging the game, right? Like you need as many hands as possible to make up as many points as possible.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of value in just like, if it looks like the dealer's tempai, like it's actually not that big. Like it's worse to win the quick hand and keep the game moving because it gives you less opportunities to win the BDH that you need, right?
Yeah.
I think it's true. I think it's true.
No, the only reason I'm laughing is
right now.
The only reason I'm laughing is because I'm like, oh my god, I'm like a toddler. Like if I'm sitting here in South One, I'm like, oh, this is not bad. Like a 3K point hand. Like, oh yeah, whatever. But like, yeah, if you really want to play for the win, yeah, keeping the game prolonged is definitely the right thing to do.
Yeah, and I do think that playing for the win, like trying to rack up the points, like your team is really looking to you to do that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So shortening it with like a cheap hand, like I think before that, like that hand last round, right? It was just like the was it a dragon or a win? I can't remember. And one Dora, right?
Yeah.
Unless you do the toy there. So I mean, what's two Han and what's the relative value of it going to South 2? It's hard to measure, but you know, it's something to think about, perhaps.
2 Han in this economy that can't even buy you a bag of chips. That's absolutely true. And then the difference between that and a Mongon is just massive, especially when the player in the lead has to pay out the dealer penalty. Jonbo's hand, I've almost a 13 orphans angle, which is not what you want to be seeing, and it wasn't a legitimate one either. It's like that awkward like 8 or 9 out of 13 where you don't really want to go for it, but like God has another plan for you.
Dude, Jumbo's a little cursed by the gods right now. Like every time I take a look at what Jumbo's doing, like there's a new level of tragedy there, which is a shame because this is his only game he gets, right?
Yes.
Like he's not gonna play again. This is it for him.
Wow, and some nice shapes coming together for the dealer here.
Yeah, Jumbo's got kind of a Sanshoku angle now though, which is something, right?
Maybe a 1-3 Sanshoku, not entirely out of the question.
With some good draws.
This hand, one tile away from Pinfu, the 3 of characters, the best possible draw, and okay, pun on the Dora tile.
Wait, sorry. The best possible draw, is it because it gets you the best possible tempai, or do you have a particular affiliation with the 3 of characters?
I don't want to disclose any of my financial sponsorships, but I am being backed by big 3 of characters, and that's important to me. No, I just think, no, it's just good because it allows you to do Riichi Pinfu magic. Okay, the Riichi comes out, double-sided weight, but it's not like it's the door is basically all gone, even from this vantage point. 3 of bamboo could come out, but yeah, I like this aggressive Riichi. Why not? Like you could meme dream of robbing the con or something weird here. I don't.
Yeah, right. It has to be.
Yeah.
They're over there just like rubbing their hands, being like, ah, yes, Chan Khan, I'm gonna do it. Surely they're looking forward to it, right?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. It's not a Yaku that you see that often, but I would certainly love to see it. It's always a welcome sight. This Tanya 3 Dora hand, very, very valuable. But maybe not wanting to throw the game away. Maybe appreciating the second place that they have and not wanting to see that totally evaporate.
That's valid, I guess. I feel like it's a little cowardly, but only a little. You know, they could build back better, maybe. And I guess characters look really bad right now, right? Like, this guy in Riichi has not cut a single one.
Yes. Yeah, without the omnipotent god view, like, it's really difficult to see how, no 1 7 of characters has come out, and you were the one that discarded it. And wow. Okay.
And there's the sumo. There's the sumo.
Whew. It's one way
No
to keep
Ura,
thinking.
so not devastating for our boy Jonbo, but still definitely not an ideal situation.
Yeah.
It's getting worse and worse for us out there.
It's getting worse, and yet this is what we need. Here comes the dealer seat magic. Not a bad starting hand. Just Ishan 10 off of the rip.
Beautiful. We can cook with this. This is very cookable.
Taking the double pair weight too on the 5 of characters of the West one, like, you are not sad to see that whatsoever.
Oh, look, and there's the pickup for the Pinfu angle. Lovely. Come on, Jonbo. Let's run it back. This is our dealership. This is our moment.
Yes.
We can run it back here.
Unfortunately,
100%.
really hard to accept the Dora in this hand, but otherwise, like, what are you gonna do? Not every hand can accept the Dora. This is like just happy to be nominated situation. Just happy to get into Tenpai, like, is a huge deal.
And not jinxing it yet. I'm knocking on wood here, just because, you know, as soon as you say something like this is gonna happen, that's when our boy Jumbo doesn't get any good draws until somebody else gets to Tenpai, calls Riichi, and they deal in. So, you know, I can also picture that happening here. I hope it doesn't, but.
Absolutely. Yeah, and this dealer seat, like, but at the same time, like, if I'm Johnbo in this situation, I never fold no matter what. Like, this is the last dealer seat.
You cannot.
There's no busting. Your teammates are gonna be mad at you if you deal in again, but like, what are you gonna do? You're already last place. Like,
I don't think they would even be mad at you because, you know, your teammates are all good players too, and they understand like the risks and reward inherent in playing the game. And on your final dealership, you have to push, right? Like, they're all good players who will understand that. And also not jinxing it for Jumbo, though. I'm not saying that will happen to Jumbo. Jumbo is not going to deal in, is going to get to Tenpai.
Yeah.
Suji Fishing, who's waiting on 4-7, so won't get the 4-7, so.
Yeah, I was like,
right? Oh my god. Oh, no. No.
There's gonna be at least one dislike on this video, and we all know who it's coming from, because quite frankly, we deserve it. Quite frankly, it's absolutely deserved. Jumbo, we've doomed you. We've absolutely doomed you into oblivion. It's not necessarily over. Like, one direct hit Hanemon does resurrect you a little bit, but like, it's not like those grow on trees either. It's very hard for that to happen.
At least that we are playing with red 5s, which help a little. But I mean, even looking at Jumbo's hand now, it's the kind of thing where, like, you have to imagine. I know Jumbo's a very experienced player, has been, you know, stalwart in the community, winning championships for many, many years, and very talented. I'm sure, as a longtime ladder player, would not get tilted in this situation. But if one were to get tilted, I might look at this opening hand that I now need to be a Hanemon. I might be a little mad. Just a little, perhaps. Perhaps.
I'm getting tilted just by osmosis. I can't even imagine the mental that you need to have in order to stay sane at a time like this. This is ridiculous. And then this hand, okay. Claire, if you draw into something like 8 of Bamboo here, do you ever open up, or is this just a certified Tanyao Chitoi, like, red 5 moment? This is not bad. This can get you a Mangon without even needing to call Riichi, maybe.
I think that 3-dot came out, and it was already paired up, and they chose not to pawn there, right?
Yeah.
And I do think that's valid. I mean, you know me, I love pawning, so I might open, especially on the 5-dot, because if you open with the triplet of the 5-dot, the 3-dot is also very likely to come out again.
Yes.
Because it becomes very hard to use. Oh, wait. Sorry, something has happened.
Something has happened? This is, I mean,
something
the
has
Ipatsu.
occurred.
Ipatsu has happened, but okay, no Oradora is not gonna make this like omega devastating, but still just a Mangon. And if anyone from Yostar is listening, like, can we sprinkle a little bit of this in my, like, I don't mean, of course, it's not about me right now. There's 4 really good players at the table. Can we sprinkle a little bit of this in my games? That'd be greatly appreciated. And now we're here in all last.
Just a little. As a treat. From time to time when I'm in a desperate situation.
Yes.
So it's actually quite close now between Nontanya and Sanqing here.
Yeah. 1,500 points, very, very small. A strong breeze will make the difference. So again, this is the moment, because I've never encountered this before. So if this player that we are watching right now, if they're in Tenpai at the end of this round, like, obviously the game does not end. That's normal, right? But if we are not in Tenpai, then the game is still over. Yeah, the game will still end if we are not in Tenpai. Okay. So no folding here if we want any chance at coming back here. This is not necessarily a terrible hand. You know, the average player might see 1 Dora in this hand. I see 3 Oradora, quite frankly, with the 7 of circles. So that's
love the way you think. I'm liking how your mind works here. But could we maybe give that to Johnbo?
We could
just a recommendation. Like, if we're giving out Uradora here, perhaps. Is he Yakitori? Has Johnbo won a hand yet? I don't think so, especially not after we started rooting. But I also have to see this. Tearing up the 8-9 shape, like, what do you make of this? This is like, what, you have to gun for something like pure straight, otherwise you have literally no value in your hand? Yeah, I mean, I think it's also like, you don't want to end up like, what do you like? Riichi Nomi, Riichi Dora 1 on a bad weight. It's kind of like, what's the point, right? Especially like we said, like probably this East player is going to be running it as much as possible, like really like trying to win and be Tenpai again. So like kind of what's the point in ending the game with such like a cheap hand for Jumbo, right? So I think probably in my situation, like, okay, you're thinking like maybe I can turn this into a 3-4-5 Sanchoku. Maybe I can turn this into something that's worth a lot of points. But if not, just let the dealer keep running and keep re-rolling for a Hanemon next hand, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
So
Did you go next?
Really interesting situation. Single tile waiting for the 3 of circles. Unfortunately, and this is tragic, just 3 of them locked up in the player to the left of us. Not impossible to get the last one by any means, but not super duper likely.
You know what they say in New York? You only need 1 to win.
You only need 1 to win. And now 3 of circles could come out. Like if anyone is believing, like, you know, hey, we're all just fishing for Suji at the end of the day. Like, 3 of circles could genuinely come out. The player to our right who's in the lead did have a really strong looking like flush hand in the character suit. Maybe a little too aggressive to realistically pursue that flush, but yeah, just gonna fold here. You're sitting in the lap of luxury with a 51,000 point score, and so you don't need to stick your neck out for something silly.
Absolutely not, especially because a dealer Riichi can so easily be 12,000 points, right? And 12,000 points is a swing that you just lose the first place, right?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Which losing first place from 51,000 points feels horrible. It feels horrible. It's just horrible feeling. You're like, in that moment, you really feel like you threw it, right?
Yeah, a huge throw. It's one of those things where it makes me nervous having that big of a lead because I'm like, how am I gonna ruin this? Like, I can't because it'll be just so sad. Okay, 6 of circles continuing to come out. Like, and this is like. It's not terrible here to throw the 3 of circles. I feel like 3 copies of the 1 of circles are gone. It's unlikely that we're winning with a 1-2, so not terrible.
I think especially because we haven't cut any bamboo yet, the Sanching here, so it looks like bamboo maybe is very dangerous. So if Nontanya is put in that situation back to the wall where they need to pick a tile to cut and have nothing else to work with, there is a chance the 3-dot comes out, right? There's a chance.
I like those odds. I definitely like those odds. And here's just like the monster fold from the player in the lead. Yeah, no sense in keeping any of the character tiles. Seems like the safest suit to throw. I'm sure these tiles have been relatively okay to throw. Little bit awkward here. Like if we really wanted the Tenpai, okay, and we don't really want the Tenpai that badly. Yeah, I was thinking maybe we could go for Tanya. Jumbo drawing a very dangerous tile. Yeah.
It's not. They're not winning. This one's gonna go to exhaust.
Yeah, that's fine, and we still have chances.
Oh, that's a little evil. That's quite evil, actually.
The chi decision from the player to our right?
Yeah, to try to force the last dangerous tile onto Jumbo to see if we can make Jumbo deal in for more. Like that's evil a little bit, right? Like there's no point of that chi other than to give somebody else the Hote cut to make their life harder. Like it's a little evil.
I mean, I do like that as a defensive play. I immediately mentally bookmarked that one. Like, oh my god, I can make someone else have the last draw. You know, a very dangerous tile.
Yeah. Although I'm not sure that that's a great play specifically from Suji Fishing's position.
Yeah.
Because if you're trying to pass the last draw to somebody else, that implies you think that perhaps they will deal in, right? When you have a safe tile yourself and you really don't want the dealer to win another hand here, right?
Yeah.
Like the dealer winning Hote hand, like you're probably looking at 12,000 points, which puts your first in a lot of danger.
Yes.
So if it were me, I would not have cheated and I would have just cut my very safe tiles and called it a day.
Yeah.
Personally.
No, absolutely. I think that you know, it's nice to always ponder chi to make sure that the person who called Riichi does not get the under the sea tile. Like that kind of stuff just feels a little bit more solid. Speaking of solid, I'm so sorry. Like perfectly fine Pinfu hand. Just we're never calling Riichi.
Together. Smooth as butter. Yeah. So easy.
This game. I don't hate either. Like I don't think that we're going to get into a situation where it's possible. But yeah, two Dora, the half flush is very within reach. Not electing to keep the green dragon, I guess, because it feels a little whack to keep the green dragon when 2 of them are already gone. But yeah, very
like
easy.
If you do pick up that 3-pin, it's like quite easy just to go for the 2 Dora and the white dragon. But
yes,
hey, this is quite nice.
Yeah.
Unless Jumbo deals in. here. Gunbow? Okay, good. We'll wait another turn before disaster strikes. Nope, there it is.
Does strike. Okay, all right. So this
is fishing for the win here.
The KR server starting off extremely strong. Extremely strong. CN player coming in second, JP server coming in third, and the EN server, hey, the comeback needs to start with the 4th place anyway, and I believe we're in here for the long haul.
And it's not that bad too, because without the placement penalty of the UMA that would normally be there, -25 is kind of like nothing, right?
Yes. It's not that bad, and it's, you know, I would argue it's not even as bad as -204, just like, I don't know, just like rank points. But you know, maybe that's just
-204 is a little specific and a little painful. I'm not sure I'm ready to talk about -204 right now.
So that is the first game. I'm going to keep my eye on this because I think like I gotta continue tabbing in between these situations. So like what happens now if you're on the EN team? Are you just like, okay, well, we're playing from behind, we're going for cumulative score, like you have to calibrate yourself to play even more aggressively? Is that correct, or it's still just the second round, you have more time?
No, I think because it's only 4 rounds, we're going to have to start seeing some aggression from the EN players. And that's going to be tough because I do think these 4 players were selected due to their strong abilities in ladder play, which doesn't really reward aggression in the same way. So this is going to be a real shift in their style, perhaps, of playing.
Absolutely. Yeah, definitely. Like I was thinking like literal shower thoughts, like how would I change my play if I was in here? I'm like, I don't know. Like I don't know if this necessarily, like, because to use a term that I don't really understand, but I think is very, very important in Riichi Mahjong, the EV becomes different when you're playing for like a different total, and like the rules are just slightly adjusted. So yeah, very tricky like skill to be able to play in different
scenarios. Will you click on the ranking tab while you cycle through these? I'm just curious what it shows. Oh, okay, no settings, so we can't keep an eye on it there.
Yeah. Speaking of tournaments, Claire, I was parasocial in the Riichi Nomi server. Y'all are organizing another, I mean, you have the Riichi Nomi Open, which is an IRL tournament. You have 212 players for that, but you were also organizing one online as well.
We are, yes, but not the one you're thinking of, probably. We promoted another online tournament that's being run by a friend of ours in the DC Riichi Mahjong Club.
Then
we are going to host an online tournament, but it's secret still. So I was very impressed that you knew that.
Okay, then never mind. So for tournament rules, like how do you decide like what tournament rules you keep, and what's, like, in your opinion, what is like the most exciting tournament rules that you could have?
Do you watch M League at all? Are you familiar with it?
I do watch M League when kind people on the internet put English subtitles to it.
Yeah, I think even without even not understanding anything the commentators are saying and just listening to their voices get excited it's really, really exciting. And I do think their rule set is very well calibrated to bring that excitement to the tournament. Like the big difference, I think, between this rule set and the M League rule set is the UMA situation. Because in M League, there's both UMA and OGA, which is a huge bonus placement for first place. So you see people doing all kinds of nuts things, trying to like acquire that first. And that's really, really fun to watch because you have to watch people really scramble. Yes. And whenever people are scrambling, drama happens. And when drama happens, that's awesome.
You know, I'm glad that me scrambling in my ranked games has served some kind of purpose. But yeah, I gotta examine the M League rules more, because I'm seeing people do extreme, like the professionals of Japan do some extremely weird stuff with just like keeping honor tiles in a way that's like, you know, kind of evil, and you're just always taking big swings, but that serves for some very, very exciting mahjong to watch.
It does.
Yeah,
it does. And I do think, I know this is a little controversial too, but they do keep head bump on in M League. And even though some people dislike head bump, and I completely understand it, that's when instead of both people winning on a double run, only the first person to in the play order gets it. I think it's a really fun rule because it does cause a lot of like grief and drama. For instance, there was one in I think it was last season of M League. There was a case where somebody was tenpai for 13 orphans waiting on the 9 characters, but they were head bumped by somebody else winning like a pinfu nomi on it first. So you try to win like your 13 orphans, and somebody's like, sorry, Pinfu, and
Yeah.
you just don't win, which was
That's-
crazy to see.
That's so tragic. That's somehow worse than getting double Rond. Like I don't know that's just gotta be awful. For N League, the like the league that you ostensibly run, is head bump on as well?
No. See, we have head bump turned off because it is very unpopular in America in general, but in New York specifically, there's a lot of haters of head bump, and we try to rock the boat a little at a time. So head bump being turned on, as you might know, I live with the other organizer of Nomi League, and he hates head bump a lot. So it would be kind of like a domestic conflict. We would have to really go head to head to turn head bump on. And you got to pick your battles in this world. If I could give everyone in the chat some marital advice, pick your battles. Like,
of course,
you're gonna pick some, and it's just not gonna be worth it. Head bump's one of them. Like if you're living with somebody who hates head bump, it's just not worth it, right?
Oh my goodness, this is some sage advice. And on that subject, like I could not have done any of this, like woken up without the help of my significant other. But like this morning, this is so tangential to anything, but like this morning, I woke up at like 1:30, and I knew that she also very kindly had set an alarm for like me at 2 a.m. And so at 2 a.m., like I'm already dressed in a jacket and tie, but I'm like, I know she has an alarm, so I'm gonna do like a cool thing. I'm gonna like go back into the bedroom and try to turn off this alarm clock before it goes off. It goes off anyway because I don't know how to turn it off, and I don't want to and I'm like I start saying it's okay, and she just looks at me and just goes, oh Jesus Christ, like as if I was some kind of like home invader.
Can you imagine waking up from a sound sleep at 2 in the morning and Yusong is standing over you wearing a suit and tie? That's crazy.
I felt so bad. I genuinely felt so bad. I was like, oh, I made this like 10 times worse than it actually needed to be. So
that's so good of her to also set an alarm though. I did consider I gave Yusong my phone number, like in the event that I didn't wake up so that Yusong could call me and be like, Claire, get your ass online.
Numbers.
Like, we're supposed to be commentating Mahjong Soul right now. I considered giving you Andres's phone number, but then I was like, no, that's too far. That like if he were to get a phone call from Yusong in the middle of the night, like I'm not sure. Like again, we're back to the marital conflicts and picking your battle here. Like
oh my goodness. I mean, I was genuinely very scared of not like being here on time, but you know what? We're here. We're commentating.
Dude, I was too. I kept waking up in a cold sweat, thinking I had slept through it.
Yeah.
I woke up at 2:30 in the morning, and I was like, "Is it time?" And then I looked. I was like, "No, still 2:30. Still 2:30. I don't need to be online till 5:30." And then my eyes opened again. The alarm wasn't going off. I was like, "Oh my god, I slept through it. I fell asleep. I slept through it." I look at my phone. It's 3:30 a.m. I'm like, "Okay. We're still good. We're still good. We're still good."
And to any Yostar employees that are listening to this, just like biting their nails and thinking, "Oh God, what have we done? This could have been a disaster." This is just jokes. Like this is, of course, we scripted all of this. This is just this is just nonsense.
Yeah.
We are at the end of the day very reliable, and Yusong knows all the names of the Mahjong Soul characters.
We're both here, aren't we?
Yes. Yeah. We are here, and we are commentating Mahjong, and Yusong knows the names of the Mahjong Soul characters, and we don't. And if we get into the game and some names are avoided, it's just because just like our own speech patterns. Nothing to be examined or scrutinized or anything.
No, I would say that scrutiny is unnecessary.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think that the game has started, but like I don't know how to refresh in a way that will do something. I could like go out of the tournament, go into the tournament. Let me in. Let me in.
Oh, there it is. Here we go. Oh, 2 Celestials in this match.
2 Celestial players. Okay, this is gonna be heat. Okay, this is gonna be excellent. Okay, we're deep in East 1. Lamau. Okay, the dealer is Nature, who I'm assuming is actually 2 English names. I'm not sure who is the EN representative.
I believe Nature is going to be from the Japanese server, and Resco is our proud sponsor of the EN server right now.
Absolutely. So very spicy Dora indicator to start things off. The Red Dragon, someone could have an explosive hand, and it's gonna be the KR server representative. Like this is pretty nasty. 1 tile away from Tempai. That pawn could just send him there. A little bit of an awkward hand here. Like the shapes are fine, but the value is just not really there, even if you get to call Riichi.
rough, right? When you're in that situation where you can't see any Dora, like you're in row 3, you can't see any Dora, and you have to hit the button to win a hand. Like you have to call Riichi.
Yeah.
Like it's always kind of like we gon' pray, right? It's it's a little rough.
Wow, and just the absolute restraint from Resco. Could have pawned there. I guess it doesn't really help you that much to pawning on the 4 of characters. Cheeing into the 5 of circles would make a lot more sense there, but yeah, not.
Yeah, but I think Briscoe's gonna die with that red dragon in his hand. I think there's no chance.
Wow, definitely no chance now.
We have a three-sided Riichi here from Sasso.
3-sided weight here, I mean, not as good as it gets, but a very, very solid Riichi nonetheless. Like this hand, kind of weird just to see that 5 of characters pun, but then you realize, yeah, we want to stay the dealer's seat. It's early in the game. Why not, why not try a little?
I really respect that 7-mon push here too, because he's committed. He wants the tempai. He wants to continue as the dealer. But now that there's another Riichi on the board, I'm not sure we're gonna see him keep going. What do you think?
This is
the 8-pin into both Riichis.
Way too scary. Yeah, 9 of characters. Yeah. At least Suji and a terminal tile to both of these players. Someone's gonna die today. I mean, the red dragon is never gonna come out, but I feel like the 2-5-8 of circles definitely does. There's still a slim chance for what, 1? Oh, I guess the 2 of bamboo is stuck in Resco's hand. I was gonna say the likelihood that they win this hand is unfortunately very, very small for having drawn 2 Dora to start with.
But here we go. Sasso here. Sasso is sumoing the most likely weight to happen with a gorgeous 2 red 5 hands. I love red 5s. I have to say. They are, I would say, my favorite tiles in the game. Not to be basic. I would hate to be basic. I understand it's like the Uggs or perhaps the Lululemon yoga pants of Mahjong tiles, but they're hard to hate.
They're definitely hard to hate. I feel like whenever I try to accept red 5, it never quite works out. But just having a red 5, there's no sweeter feeling in the world. And wow, holy smokes.
Oh, look at this. SC Shantan right there. Sasso.
Claire, I have a question. This is a spiritual question for you. Do you believe in tile flow? No memes. Like, I'm being so serious right now.
Do I believe in tile flow?
Yeah. Do you believe in, like, when it rains it pours? Do you believe in tile flow, like the good luck continuing to flow in this player's favor?
No, I don't.
Thank you.
And I know many people do, and I people are free to have their own beliefs.
Yeah.
And I'm happy for them. I do think there is a psychological element to when you're winning, continuing to win, and people viewing you as a winner. Like, for instance, that's why I love being the first dealer, right? A lot of people don't like being the first dealer because, then you have very limited comeback chances. But in my opinion, being able to start racking it up and have people, like, picturing you for the rest of their game as the guy who's winning, I think there's a lot of value to that. But absolutely. I don't believe that the tiles themselves have a specific flow like that. Although I said that, and here we have the early Riichi from the guy who won the left hand. So, like, what do I know? I'm not a scientist. Like,
I mean,
I really
like the restraint on this hand as well, right? Like, we could have called Riichi single tile waiting for the 8 of characters, but like that's not very nice. And then any tile, like not any tile, but a lot of tiles give you that Riichi pin at least a little more value. You could have even picked up the Dora while you were waiting for a better weight. And this hand, not bad by any means. I'm just gonna slowly peep over here just to see like the sheer amount of value. Yeah, red 5 Dora. We're 1 away from Tempai here, and this is
let's go. This is Nalmayok here from the Korean server.
Yeah.
Is it gonna be Dama? That's my question. No, the Riichi comes out.
Yeah. Wow. Very dangerous tiles. 1 in the 4 of circles. Yeah, 1 of circles. 2 of them are gone. 4 of circles. 3 of them are gone. Okay, not very likely. Resco draws into like an incredibly dangerous tile. The con, by the way, the restraint on this con. I mean,
I know.
If there's anyone new to Mahjong that's watching, like, I need you to burn this image into your mind, because like you never want a con when 2 people have called Riichi. You're just handing them. You're just like giving them the sword to stab you with. Yeah, free points, free value. Like,
would you like a more expensive hand?
Yes. Would you enjoy?
We can't be doing that.
Destroying me even more than you are right now. So yeah, this is a really spicy hand. If they somehow manage to get the last copy of the 4 of circles too, that's Tanya on top, Riichi, Pinfu, Tanya, red 5 Dora.
That'll be really, really expensive if they get that 4 dot. I mean, even with the 1 dot, it's still pretty brutal.
Yes. Sumo chance still, the like Aura Dora chance out the wazoo for for a Pinfu, the hand as always. So not.
What's there left? There's one dot. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Here it is.
God. Oh
Here
my
it is.
God.
Oh my God. Nalmayok from the Korean server, everyone. Starting off with another explosive hand.
One of Circles would have handed them Oradora. Either way, they were getting an extra on with this hand. Oh my God.
Yikes.
Oh my goodness. All right.
Wow.
Okay. Another
Korea with a strong start in all regards.
Absolutely. And the Ian server, we got to get some of those bags. We got to get some of those purple bags. We got to start chaining some wins here. But at least for Resco fans in the chat right now, like, it's not terrible. We still have 2 dealer seats coming up. The night is still young. This game has moved very fast so far. But yeah, and here we go. First step on that road. Maybe can even throw away, like, just chucking away pieces of your humanity to go for that half flush. Why not?
No, he's not throwing away the humanity, becoming more human. Becoming more human. After all, why shouldn't we aspire to more?
Yes, absolutely.
This is self-actualization here, going for the flush. I believe in it.
It's not bad, and they picked up another, I believe, like a 4 of bamboo. So, and the Dora tile too. It's still very, wow,
lovely.
Gross.
Lovely.
Yeah, it's all coming together.
The question is if they can get there before the dealer, because I feel like if the dealer picks up like the 4-pin here, we could also be looking at like a Tanya Sanshoku Dora 1 kind of thing.
Yes,
so.
yes.
Oh, but here's the Tempai from Resco. A pretty bad Tempai, but Tempai nonetheless.
You know, a measured Tempai. Just get me out of this HE double hockey sticks. Get me into the dealer's seat. Like, this hand still takes a skip and a jump to get into Tempai. You know, screw that. Let's just get into Tempai right now.
Yeah, I respect that. I respect that. Especially, too, in this situation where, like, your hand is probably never going to be able to use... Like, the West Dora is going to be so hard to use. Like, it's just very challenging to use. Like, you know, sometimes, like, just winning this cheap hand before somebody else can call Riichi and flip 3 Uradora, and, you know, it's a cutting your losses kind of thing. I appreciate that.
Yes, I do. But in the meantime, a very stylish hand has happened here. Wow. Wow!
Ooh,
oh
speaking
my
of style,
God.
Nature 1, 2, 3, the immediate Riichi.
Oh my God. And it's in the namesake, the 1, 2, 3 Sanshoku. Is this what it is? This
Yes.
I gotta change my name to YU_winning to make that happen.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. 1, 2, 3 Sanshoku, Dora, pure double sequence, half outside hand. This is gross. What are we seeing right now?
And the worst thing is, it doesn't even look that bad, the 1-4 dot, right? Like, I feel like this player will cut the 1 dot if they get to Tempai.
Yeah. Like, it's not unthinkable. Oh, I can't watch.
Oh,
I can't
here it
watch.
is.
It actually
Of
comes
course,
up.
you plan
my
every
God.
time, right? And the most expensive side.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Well, this is one way to, you know, put a damper on the KR server's lead a little. This is, wow.
Yeah.
What a fashionable, cool
A
hand.
Baimon.
Gross. Actually,
This is 1 Baimon per game now. We saw Baimon last game as well.
Baimons don't grow on trees. Do not expect this in your ranked games. I don't know what's in the water today, but it's something abnormal is happening.
The Celestials are just playing a different game than the rest of us.
Yeah.
Like, for them, this is like your average Sunday morning. Surely, right?
Yeah, waking up at 3 a.m. included. I mean, not everyone is in our time zones, but...
Waking up at 3 a.m. and winning a Baimon.
Yeah.
Why
yeah.
not?
So...
There might be something here. Like, you might not be seeing the Baimons because you're not playing at 3 in the morning. And if you did, perhaps you'd see the Baimons too.
Absolutely. So what do you think of this hand? And you know what? What do you think about this? 3, 4, 5 Sanshoku. That's right. I at least sense the possibility in the air if we're going for some value.
What an enlightened opinion. A 3, 4, 5 Sanshoku here. I would love to see it.
I would also love to see it. Unfortunately, like,
Just a couple new draws.
not the most valuable like starting hand. Okay, Tanya maybe also a possibility using the 8 of circles as the pair. But the good news about this hand, Dora's the 5 of bamboo. 5 of bamboo is so usable in this hand. We would love to see a 5 of bamboo. And it's game over. And it's Jover. And it's never been more tragic than it is right now.
1, 4, 7, and we have the floating 4 and 7 in our hand. Dude.
This is...
Saso, leave us alone.
this is bullying. So nothing huge here. Just a your average neighborhood Riichi Pinfu triple-sided weight. Okay, I mean, like,
this is good.
Yeah, it's
okay,
not...
picture this. We pick up a. There's still a 5 still left.
Yeah.
No, there's not. Okay, never mind.
Oh my God, there
I
is.
changed my mind.
Okay, but like at least it doesn't come out now. Yeah. 2 Soka.
Okay, we can work with this. We can work with this.
Sanchoku enjoyers are crying in the chat right now, but like, yeah, drawing into like 4 of characters, cut this, drawing into 2 of bamboo, cutting this. There's still a legitimate path back into Tenpai, and here is that path. Yeah, just cutting the 8 of circles because we know it's a safe tile.
Yes. And see, the Tuso comes out, so maybe, perhaps.
Yeah.
If the player to our left picks up a Tuso, they throw it back. We can chi. Oh no.
Okay, never mind.
There it is. There's the Ron.
But you know, this isn't that bad anyway. At least like the point leader is dealing in. It makes it a little bit easier to envision yourself.
It's keeping the game
first.
flat, right?
Yeah. Yes. So
which is good. It gives us more chances to come back, even though our dealership was cruelly ended quickly. You know, I believe in Resco.
Yes, I still believe there's still a chance. South 4 magic could always happen, and we've been. I don't want to jinx us either. I mean, we were rooting for Jonbo, jinx Jonbo into oblivion, perhaps to never recover. That happened, and now like these Hanchans have been moving at a pretty decent pace. No one has like had like a demonic grip on the dealer seat quite just yet. So we might start seeing that this game or something. It's not impossible for someone to have a huge comeback.
Correct. And you're right. I shouldn't jinx anyone by naming anyone who that comeback might go to. Yes. Should somebody win it, I should be happy for them.
Right.
Should they?
And no matter
whoever they may be.
No matter what, and we should be happy and we should be impartial. Sasa with a really strong but awkward hand. Just gonna take a look at it for a second. Like not the sea wind, not the prevalent wind, nothing going on in these tiles, but really, really valuable. Like don't hate the chi toy here if it
chi toy from 3 pairs is something to think about, right? I mean, other than that, just the 2, 3, 4 Sanchoku you could also do with that while keeping those Doras.
So true. Yes, 2, 3, 4 Sanchoku, not necessarily a bad idea. Yeah, just so awkward with this 8-9 shape. Like still electing to keep it over the floating 6, which I think is fine. What do you think about that? Do you ever value like a floating 6? Yeah.
No, I don't think I ever keep the floating 6 here because, like you said, like it could be Chitoy, right? And if it's Chitoy, the 6 is like not so good, but the 8-9 like is significantly better, especially because we're seeing people cut some Sozus. Like at least the 9s are coming out from the guy next to us, and it looks like Sozu is like a little bit perhaps easier to pick up if you're gonna end up going that Chitoy route. Yeah. So it could be understandable. Although this is interesting now. The 4th pair comes, but you have to choose to get rid of the 8-9. So there it is.
Sacrificing the 8-9 just to keep that Chitoy possibility alive. I mean, still 5-ish blocks in this hand. Wow, so rewarded with that decision. Just unbelievably rewarded. I wonder if you keep the red 5 here. Like 1 5 of maybe
absolutely.
You never throw away the red 5 here.
No, because you just got the 2 and the 8, right? So the 5-so is that like disgusting Suji in the middle that looks so
It is
safe.
a disgusting Suji in the middle. Oh my god. Yeah, 5-so actually comes out in this position. Okay, gross.
Right? Like it's so unusual for a Chitoy, but the 5-so could be a really good weight here. So I mean, not that good because there's only 2 left, but if someone were to pick it up and be in that tough situation, they might just yeet it back, which would be crazy.
Yeah, this is gross. I mean, I'm glad. I feel like sometimes, you know, when I was spectating the throne room, just even before we had done the collab on the channel, like sometimes you just see like Celestial players winning with huge hands, and you're not really quite sure how. I think we're seeing that in this lobby. It's just like just the decision making to go for really high value hands kind of working out swimmingly in this situation.
It's true. It's true. I feel like it is truly a form of advanced cookery, where they're really they're picturing things that perhaps lower level players can't see, right? Like they've got like some grand plan and a big vision, and they know how to turn it into reality without sacrificing too much efficiency. I think that's what makes somebody a really good player.
Yeah, definitely. My grand plan, Pinfu, baby. Like that's as far as I'm seeing into the tiles. Yeah, electing to wait on them.
No Pinfu haters here. No Pinfu haters here. Absolutely only Pinfu enjoyers.
This hand is still okay. Like I know it's late game and it's literally only Tanya, but like still drawing into 3 of circles is not the worst Riichi that you could call. Right. I suppose it's really scary that you've seen 0 Dora though and like 0 red 5s. Okay, I take everything that I said back. This is like such a scary.
It's a little frightening.
Yeah.
Now, Nalmayak over there has to pick to cut the Eastwind Dora for the Tenpai. Does take it. Does take it. No fear. Oh my. Immediately chased by Rezko.
Yeah.
With a much better weight.
Yeah, I like this. Like, you know that the Dora tile is now safe. And I thought that was the Dora tile coming out here. We might definitely see the draw tiles coming out. Like, not very likely for this hand to actually get into tempo.
At this point, not so much, right?
Yeah, absolutely not. Still,
I'm hopeful that Resco can make this happen here, and then perhaps flip 3 Ura.
Yes, still possible, and like.
Oh no, can't flip 3 Ura. No, it's not possible. Just kidding, just kidding. I forgot that Nature 123 had a pawn of the 8-mon. I take it back. I take it back.
Unfortunately, 4 of circles kind of a dead tile, but like 7 of circles. Oh my. Okay, well this is not gonna come out, but it could. No. For a second, I saw greatness. For a second, I saw greatness.
All right, we take these. We take these. We take
Definitely.
these. Going to South 2 with a fat little pot here of 2 Riichi sticks and one repeat.
Keeps the game schmoving. Wow. Kind of a nice hand, but wow. Oh my goodness. Are these the tie, the wall? Ooh. The wall must be it's gotta be stacked. That. It's gotta be stacked. This is just too nice to look at, you know?
Well, yeah. It is as good as Resco's starting hand is bad, which is unfortunate.
Oh, that's one way to describe it. Yes, absolutely. Oh,
it's the kind of thing where you look at it and you're like, you know, if they get that red dragon, this is going to become really, really bad really quickly.
Yeah, that point lead might be too tall to climb over. And of course, like, I should let people know, like, obviously I'm joking. When you have the opportunity to look between 4 players' hands, one of them is going to be cracked. Like you have 4 times the chances to see the eyes of God, you know, in the starting tiles. So wow,
it's so true.
My God,
and that's a disgusting Riichi too.
This is a disgusting Riichi.
That East is gonna come straight out if someone picks it up and they wanna push.
Yeah, this is welcome to the thumbnail kind of a moment. This is, are you kidding me? Waiting on 2 honor tiles. One of them gives you a Mongon. It's just destroys whoever is gonna deal in. Resco.
I don't give you a Mongon. You got 3 Dora.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. Oh my God. Yeah. Either tile
What
is
will give you a Hanuman?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And Resco, you know, not a heartbreaking. Oh my God. I can't look at this.
This is tough to see. This is tough to see. Will Resco be able to make it out of this alive?
Actually,
no. Actually, I changed my mind. It's a hidden blessing. Yeah. It's a hidden blessing that Resco picked up that
both
the red dragon
tiles?
because you can't cut the red dragon, but you could cut the east wind. Yeah. But with both of them in your hand, sometimes you just have to give up.
Yeah.
And maybe otherwise they wouldn't have given up and they would have fed.
Right. Sometimes the biggest gift you can give is a huge sign to just throw in the towel. No, but I agree with you. I'm sounding sarcastic, but I absolutely agree with you. This is possibly the best case scenario.
It is. The game is telling you to fold. It's telling you to fold. It's saying, no, you're done here, and I mean that.
Sometimes I feel like the game is telling me to fold even when there's not any signals. But yeah, this is a pretty large signal. Awkward hand from Sasso. Not a lot of safe tiles in general. I'm seeing, so
yeah, a lot of tiles of the same type, right? Yeah. And that really does put you in a tough situation because the more tiles of the same type you pick up, the more you kind of want to push too, right?
Yes.
I mean, speak for yourself. When I see a triplet in my hand combined with a lot of pairs, if I picked up one more trip here, like if I picked up another 4-pin, I would be pretty tempted to try to make this hand happen.
This is also really tempting. I mean, they don't know what we know, which is just like this weight is like evil beyond all human comprehension. Like all these tiles are fine. Yeah, 6 of circles coming out. At least it's inside Tsuji from early discards, as good as it gets in terms of safety.
Yeah, and it was pushed by Nalmayak a couple turns ago, so we know it's safe for sure. Oh, really interesting here. Do you see that chi but not taking the tempai?
Claire, I obviously understand that, but just could you explain that for the noobs here who don't understand that?
So they cheat the 2 in the 2, 3, 4, and then instead of cutting the 7 characters to take the tempai, they chose instead to cut their pair of the 4 pins. To kind of pick a safer tile to cut while still attempting to get to tempai, perhaps in a different way. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Big things have happened.
It's over. Nature is healing, but not in the way that we needed to. This is just gross. Wow.
That's disgusting.
Yeah.
That's a big win for the Japanese server here.
Yeah, definitely. But hey, if we're taking turns, like the EN server's coming up in the rotation somewhere down the line.
Surely our turn is soon, right? Yeah. Resco's got 2 red 5s in the starting hand. There's something there.
Yes. And also, like, I think that, you know, I don't think that we've seen even ounces of bad play in this tournament. I think that, you know, it's just like, if anything, just some like arguable decisions. But yeah, no one's playing bad. Everyone's playing super tight. It's just like the luck in a game like Mahjong is certainly flowing. I mean, nature with two extremely stylish hands. The first that half outside hand, the pure double sequence, and now the red dragon 3-door.
I think it was funny. I was looking back at the player quotes just now, and I saw Nature's quote was the one saying, you know, Mahjong, a game rich in emotion and depth. And I was really thinking, looking at those hands, like that's certainly rich in emotion, probably for you and also for your opponents, just in very different ways.
The emotion, molding, actually, like big tilt and molding, I would say is the primary emotion that comes to mind.
Rich in emotion, in emotion.
This hand for the dealer, a little bit awkward. Like maybe in your wildest dreams, a 7-8-9 Sanshoku, but other than that, like not a lot of action going on.
Yeah, maybe one of those hands, like you could pick up the 3 Mandora, maybe get to Tenpai, probably on an okay weight.
Yes.
In which case you could just hit the button, which would be ideal because Namayak's now in last place and has to be thinking about how to get out of there as quickly as possible.
Yeah, like in this situation, when do you consider like hitting the pawn button? Like I'm like for exhaustive draw just to confirm that Tenpai, because this hand is not valuable. I feel like the best case scenario is like getting to repeat and getting to see another high pie. When are you considering just cheating or pawning just to move the hand forward?
I would say halfway. It also depends on the tile. Like I would say if the 3 Mandora came out, I would immediately chi. Like I wouldn't even like question it. I would simply chi the 3 Mon, right?
Yeah.
Other than that, though, usually definitely by the start of the 3rd row, right? Probably. And we'll see what happens because the 3rd row is approaching now, and we'll have to see if they take that approach as well.
Absolutely. And when you say chiing into the 3 Mon, like you're not just saying that because it's value and you intend to win with this hand. You're saying like because it most likely does not come out again. It's just like a rare tile to see, correct?
It would be so rare to see that come out. Like you would need to snap it up immediately, right?
Yes. Okay.
Okay, here we go.
At least it's kind of a lucky situation. No one's hand is really moving. Okay, I'm a freaking liar. Reska's hand is actually moving. This is Ishanten for a Riichi Pinfu Red 5 hand. It's not like the Tenpai that, or it's not the hand that we want, but it's still like a mid-sized sedan of a hand. Like I would take that in that position. Sedan. Yeah, like 3 Han. It's not bad. Pinfu, I mean, it's not bad. Wow. Okay.
Oh,
nice.
There's that 3 Mon. There's that 3 Mon.
Okay.
Oh, and let's go. The 6 pin for Resko.
Yeah.
The 6 pin for Resko.
Confirming Pinfu, which is nice.
Let's see how many tiles are left. What, 1 7 Mon and 2 4 Mons?
1 7 and 2 4s. It's not terrible. It's not terrible.
It's not terrible.
It could happen.
It's not terrible. There's still a couple out there, and it's gonna make it a little more challenging now to have the dealer cut that 9 dot, right? The dealer's thinking about it quite hard now, and so it makes it a little. It's gonna give them some pause. I mean, obviously, I think they still have to take the Tenpai if they get it, but.
Yeah, especially a 3-4-5 Sanshoku. If there's a chance for that, then it's so hard to say no to that. But yeah, a 7 of circles coming late. It could come from a 7-7-8 shape, which is like your worst nightmare for throwing this. Ooh,
there it is. Maybe the 9 dot comes out now. What do you think? Or are they gonna fold? Oh, yeah,
fold.
There's the fold.
Hey, it's my teammates.
They don't want to get involved.
Yeah. My teammates can make up the deficit. No, I'm joking. Like, it's actually a really, really tough position to be in. Oh, yeah.
It totally is. It totally is. Especially because like losing your dealership and not being Tenpai here you'll be in 4th for sure. Though still close enough to get out of 4th that perhaps that's why they don't mind so much.
I mean, really tricky situation. Even if you were offered Tenpai here, I'm not sure you could take it. 4 of characters does not look that safe, and it wasn't. Like,
yeah. It is a good. Objectively, it was a good fold. Objectively, the tile dealt in, and they chose not to pursue that path, and you gotta respect them for it.
Holy moly!
Oh, come on, Resko! Come on, Resko!
I mean, this is it. Like,
this is ideal.
This has to be just. Already a Mongon, if not a Hanemon, in the dealer seat. Oh, okay. It's all happening. It's all happening.
Pawn.
Wow.
Let's go.
What do you think of this? Whoa!
Come on, Nature! What?
It's over. Okay, what do you think of this 6 of circles cue? I thought that it was like really like conservative. Like, I don't know.
You haven't got. Yeah, I think that makes sense, right? Like, you
Yeah.
haven't got that much time to faff around. Well, especially, I mean, not even knowing that nature's about to call Riichi, right?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah.
you just need to win this hand, like, at all
Yes.
costs, right? So keeping the most efficient option open, I think is fine. The trouble is that nature's hand is so expensive.
Yeah, yeah,
Well,
yeah.
I mean, so is this one now.
This hand
So
is really
this
expensive. If they
one.
get the pure straight, especially, like this is devastating. But hey, we are in Tenpai, and if nature draws into the Dora, there's human despairs on the menu tonight. Okay, like the Dora comes out, and we win a monster
Yeah.
half flush. What Baimon hand? Dora red 5, red dragon, white dragon, half flush. Just I don't even know what's
Yeah.
happening right now.
Yeah, but there's an let's go, let's go, let's go.
Oh my God, it's happening. It's
Let's
happening.
go.
My characters are getting bonded. It's happening. Okay, this is
incredible.
gross.
This
I
is
can't.
incredible.
2 Riichi sticks for free, by the way, from the other 20,000 point swing. Gross.
Incredible. 6K all.
Gross.
That's beautiful. What a
Yep.
beautiful hand into 2 Riichis in row 1.
Yeah.
2 people in Riichi, and you sumo a freaking dealer Hanemon.
So this is also something very unique about this tournament setting, where it's like we technically, if this was a ranked game, it'd be over. We'd all go home. We would be able
Right.
to rest at 4:20 in the morning.
Right.
But instead, the dealers, like, the game does not end in because of the tournament rules. We are still winning. We can still even get a larger lead to pad it out. The way this game ends, as Claire said earlier, is if someone else wins this round, or is that the only way to win? Is that the only way for the game to end?
No, not Tenpai. Like, if the dealer's just not Tenpai here, it's fine.
Okay.
The issue I fear is that nature is still quite close in points to first.
Yeah,
But I guess with no placement bonus, it doesn't really matter that much, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because whether you have 39 or 45,
Yeah.
it's just those 6,000 points. Like, there's nothing more to it. A really interesting rule to play with.
Yeah. What do you think about this 2 of bamboo cut, throwing away that 1-2 shape and keeping some of these more like speculative honor tiles?
Looks like really just not wanting to cut the Dora, perhaps.
Yeah.
Like, thinking like, we don't want to throw this. We don't want to give somebody what they're looking for. Especially with nature, with the pawn of the souths, like the double south there. Like,
yes.
perhaps they just like are like, well, if you have, you could win with that west wind in your hand. So.
Yes.
Oh, and there's the pair up of the west wind from Nalmayak here.
Suddenly, like these hands are starting to come together. Ishanten, not
I know, each
terrible.
content with all those Dora.
Yeah, not terrible. And then Saso, a close triplet of this. I mean, the rest of the hand is still pretty far, but like, but I get, yeah, weird. Would be a nuts con to see that called. So no surprise there that it wasn't. But yeah, kind of spicy.
I think if I was in Saso's position, I would just try to win like the biggest hand I can. But because there's no placement bonus, like, you don't need to try to get that 40,000 points. So it's actually a bit of a more relaxed situation for them.
Not choosing to cheat either. I think there's still, androids are still dreaming of slightly more valuable hands here, like not wanting to open up unless they absolutely have to. And now you're Ishanten. You could still even move towards a half flush if you're omega lucky, if just everything lines up perfectly.
Yeah. Oh, and here's the Tenpai from Nature 123. Not a big enough hand to move them into first, but it doesn't matter, as I keep reminding myself. That's irrelevant because there's no bonus for coming in first place.
Absolutely.
So it looks like they're just gonna take their 2,000 points and run with it. Do you think?
5 of circles. There's still 2 left in the wall. One of them's the red 5. That's a way to. That's a way to.
Oh yeah,
upgrade
that could
the
bump it
tile.
up as well. Oh.
8 of circles might
We
come
seeing
out.
it come out? There it
and
is.
it's GG. Okay, that's the
And
game.
that's the game.
Holy moly! All right, super exciting game. Unbelievable half flush. Baimon? Wait, Hanemon from Resco?
Hanemon, dealer Hanemon.
Dealer Hanemon, right? Dealer Hanemon to come back in the game, but really a lot of strong hands by nature. No surprise that these are the point totals, and yeah, just in a lobby with 2 Celestials.
Is that it's kind of a complete flip from the last game, right? Like, we have. Like, last time the Korean server came in first and the American server came in fourth, and then this time we're seeing the American server in first, the Korean server in fourth.
Yes, it is actually.
Yeah, and even the second and the third with the Chinese server, the Japanese server, it's a complete flip.
Unbelievable. All right, that was a very, very cool game. So I would love to see. I mean, I'm sure we could do some adding ourselves, but like, That's not bad. Like, I still think that I don't think the Ian server is in the lead by any means, but it's like not that far off now with that first place takeaway.
While we wait for the next game to start, do you want to go back into the log and pull up the scores for each player, and I can start writing them down so we can keep track of who's doing what, how the different teams are doing?
Absolutely. I can even take a screenshot and send it to you via the magic of Discord chats if that is at all possible.
It's return 35, right? If you go into the log, like if you hit view and you go to the end of the game, it will tell you how many points. I mean, I can do the math, but we could also look at the math in the game.
How does
I can do math. Like if you go to South 4 and then end it.
Yeah.
This is where normally I would go to see how many like rank points I lost. All right, let's see.
Okay, yes. So
okay,
true.
Great. So wait, don't click exit yet. I'm gonna write it down.
Course not.
So
I would never click exit.
In game 2, the EN server got 30.7, the Korean server minus 20.7, the JP server 7.4, and the Chinese server minus 17.4. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. No, thank you for doing the Lord's work right now.
Happy to.
Claire, could you imagine, like, I don't know, you also are playing in the Jade Room. I don't know if you're like me, but like whenever I queue up with 2 Saint level or like 3 Saint level players, the hyper instinct actually happens, just as a hyper competitive Andy. Like, winning over 2 Celestial players must feel incredible in this situation. Like, how do you feel about, like, are you the same? Like, when you're playing against people that are quote unquote higher level players, do you also like rise to the occasion?
You want to see them lose, right?
Yes, absolutely.
I hate to say it, but you want to see them lose.
Okay, we actually...
Would you mind clicking into the other game quickly, too, so I could write down those
absolutely.
scores while we wait, too?
We have like 4 minutes until the other one, and we actually have the time to do so. And we actually get to start the game on the first draw of East 1. It's my freaking birthday.
Incredible.
Yeah.
We're winning. It took us a couple hunch-on, but we're winning.
Yes, absolutely. And no employee at YoStar has their head in their hands right now. There's just no way. There's just no way.
They're all so happy to have us. I have to imagine they're so happy to have us.
I can see the internal emails. We like that he wore a suit. We don't think it's weird.
I hadn't realized that everybody is negative other than the Korean server.
Even getting 300 points more.
I had not realized when we first looked at it.
Yeah, 300 points more, not netting you like a positive return.
Minus 25.7. Okay, fabulous. Okay, I'm gonna copy this into the chat so you can see, but it does look like the scores are quite close now. With the Chinese server having taken 2 negative scores because their second place was negative in the first game, they are now in 4th place with minus 22.1. In 3rd place is the Japanese server with minus 1.2, with that kind of middling 3rd place and 2nd place they got.
Yes.
We're now, the English server is now in 2nd place. Let's go. Thank you, Resco, for running it back.
Yes, a small lead over 3rd, but a lead nonetheless.
Nonetheless, we have our 5 points.
Yes.
Like, we're very happy with our 5 points.
Absolutely.
Because it's not that far from the Korean server. After they took that minus 20 in the last game, they're now still in 1st place, but only with plus 18.3.
And now, I mean, if the game continues to go as it continues, it's someone else's turn. The CN server, the JP server. It's someone else's turn to start winning those monster hands, and I'm so excited for this lobby. 3 Saint level players. Oh my god, just 3
Celestial level players.
3 Celestial. Excuse me. Pardon the slip up. Yes. It's basically as if we're just spectating a throne room game. But yeah, very very excited to.
It should be really, really exciting. Yeah. I think that we're going to be seeing some really high-level Mahjong here.
Yeah.
I'm really excited to see it. It is interesting. We do have an English server Celestial here. I know that we are the server with the fewest Celestials, but we do have some we can pull out for occasions.
Yeah, it's the dress shoes of the wardrobe.
Right. It's like when your mom comes over and you take out your finest teapot. Yes. That's what Ericanator is in this situation for us.
It's a lot of pressure as well. But yeah, Ericanator, the EN representative. I'm assuming, perhaps incorrectly, that Tatsuno is the JP. Yeah, Tatsuno is who we heard from in the from the quote earlier. Yep. Okay, nice.
And then we have, let's see, from the Chinese server, it's going to be that first player, Yajima Ho. And then from the Korean server, it's the Saint here with the winning streak.
Okay.
That's going to be Guyong.
And can you the winning streak, is that in your most recent games, or once you get this title, can you just like rep it all the dang time?
Oh yeah, you can rep it. You can rep it at all times once you get it. What is that? It's for like 5 or 10 first places in a row or something like that. Something disgusting.
I mean, now I'm just filled with jealousy, and green does not look good on me, and that because there's no way I have that. There's just no way I have that.
No, I mean, I think you could get it. That one's not one of the hardest titles to get. The hardest titles to get are, in my opinion, personally, the one for having every single character. The winning streak one, at least that's achievable with like a good deal of luck.
Yes, I suppose it's a little.
I'm quite
bit
happy
easier.
now, though. I will say, to this point, we had not seen a male character being played, and finally here, finally, we have Yajima Ho playing as a male character.
Absolutely.
Thank you. One for the girlies. Let's get some fine-looking males into this game. Am I allowed to say that?
I think you're absolutely allowed to say that. Not a bad starting hand either. Like very, very pinfu coded. If we draw into a 1 or a 4 of circles, that feels pretty good. A lot of double-sided weights. Like as far as starting hands go, very solid. Would not be surprised just to see the dragons come out either, because if we are going for pinfu, and it doesn't, maybe we're still holding out hope for a weirder or a more evil weight, but yeah, our pair can't be those tiles anyway. So kind of interesting that we're keeping them.
Yeah, I mean, it could be a defensive play or just an evil one. Yeah. I think evil is probably what I would agree with.
Yes.
And we've got the 1-2-3 Sanshoku chance from Erikonator over there as well.
So yeah, wouldn't be surprised to see Riichi here. Yeah, just a bevy of good tiles here. We would like to keep these dragon tiles for defense or for evil, but unfortunately the draws are just too good for that to happen. Like the acceptancy that we get from keeping these other draws is just too strong. But now it's like an embarrassment of riches. This is like awkward.
This is interesting. What's the choice here, do you think?
I think like what, 7 and you just pray for a pair later, or because 3, 4, 5 Sanshoku is open now.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, there it is.
It would be kind of
7 comes out.
Yeah, I was like, oh, maybe if you're just like a sicko, you could cut like 6, 8, 9 and just confirm the pair, but that seems a little bad.
And now what? The 4 or the 9?
Yeah,
there's
bad.
9.
So throwing away Sanshoku, but hey, what's better than Sanshoku is just winning a hand, so that doesn't feel bad.
It looks like Erikonator still needs a pair as well and is contemplating the best way to make that happen.
Yeah.
Because the 5 and the 8 works pretty well for the pair. So yeah, it looks like they're sticking with that, with the two 4-tile shapes that one could make a pair on either side. But Tatsuno is already Tenpai.
Yeah, I'm giving everyone whiplash by swerving around the table so much. But this is Tanya Red 5 Dora, not a bad hand. And playing to the strengths of this hand. Oh, it's Tanya Red 5 Dora. Not. Okay.
The 1-2-3 Sanshoku Tenpai has come together for Erikonator. Oh my god, it's Ipatsu. It's Ipatsu. Erikonator! Let's go!
Okay, alright. That's good stuff. Oh my god.
This is great. This is great. This is exactly what we want to see. Amazing work, Erikonator. Yeah. Amazing work. And I do think Erikonator's wearing a quite cute character costume as well. I'm a big Nana enjoyer.
Yeah.
And this is a really cute costume, so.
Yeah.
What's that character's name with the blonde hair you saw?
I think and you would have to be a fool not to know. This is Nana. Of course. At
very
a
good,
cafe,
very good.
and we're getting and on the menu Ipatsu, baby, and that's all. And
beautiful.
Yeah. And
beautiful.
Hey, in case anyone's watching in the chat, just does it, like, if you know the names of any of these other characters at this table, just feel free to write them. Yostar, please don't listen. Yostar, please, I swear to God, it's not like this. He has just trouble with names. Okay.
It's okay. I think the red hair character and the black hair character are very new characters.
They are
newer characters. I don't really know them as well either. I think the red hair character is.
This is Claire. We can't paint ourselves into a corner like this. This is the.
No, you're right. That's Tatsuno, and that's all we need to worry about.
That's Tatsuno, and that's all we need to worry about. And
correct. Tatsuno and Guyong, and then, we're good. We know exactly what we're doing.
We know exactly what we're doing.
We know exactly what we're doing.
Erikonator. I mean, the pure straight is the most exciting version of this hand. Drawing into a 3, a 6, and a 7 of characters. Of course, that is a lot to ask for, but who needs to draw them when we can have help from our friends? Yes, we can chi the 3, we can chi the 6, and we can chi the 7, and those tiles might come out. The 4 looks kind of a little extra in this hand. They might be going for chi toy, in which case, you know, it's gonna stay there forever, but not terrible in this hand.
It's the 6, right? And that's even better if they're going for Chitoy.
Oh, yeah, the 6 of characters definitely comes down. 7
right, because we don't need the 4. Let them keep the 4. They can have it.
Absolutely. And just as a reminder, in case anyone thinks I'm a noob, it is 4:35 in the morning for me, okay? It is 4:35 in the morning, and I need to go to the bathroom, and I don't know what to do about any of that, okay?
You can go. I can yap.
Okay, Claire, I have to go to the bathroom so bad. Thank you for yapping.
Quite understandable. I shall continue yapping until you return.
And I'm gonna do a quick Google search about the characters, but that doesn't matter. And I'll be right back.
Oh look, there's the so while Yusong leaves, we are seeing the Tenpai for the Chitoy come out from the Ren player to our left here, Yajima Ho. It's actually a pretty brutal Chitoy with 3 Dora in it. Chitoy Dora 3, the immediate 5 Han, 6 on the sumo. So that makes sense that they have not chosen to call Riichi yet. Probably also waiting for a better weight than that 6 of characters, because that's a bit of a hard one to get for 7 pairs. However, if they choose to swap here to the east, which only has 1 tile left, yes, they do a little evil, allowing Aragonator to take the Tenpai for the 7 of characters. 7 of characters, 2 left, 1's been discarded, 1 is in Tatsuno's hand. The issue is that if anyone gets that east wind, it's coming out immediately. With 2 out, there's no chance. But I do think in this situation, often the east wind is stuck in the dead wall. Oh, amazing. Aragonator taking the win here with the straight, including 2 Dora for a cool 5,800 points as the dealer. That feels so good. You know, you're in that situation and your weight is so bad and you win anyways. Amazing work to Aragonator there. And it feels kind of bad for Yajima Ho to not be able to win that Chitoy Dora 3, the instant Hanemon. But you made the choice to take the 1 tile weight, so you have to be okay if it doesn't come together. All right, so looking around here, Aragonator's continuing the dealer streak here with another repeat and a solid hand with some good shapes. Oh, are you back, Yusong?
Thanks for holding down the point. I honestly, okay. Star employees, turn off the headphones right now. I thought about crawling back to my computer chair on my hands and knees because I am wearing shorts right now and I didn't want anyone to see. I only wanted people to see the suit jacket and tie. So that's where we're at right now. That's where we're at.
But did you? So I don't know if the people in the chat know, but I can't see you. I've got no idea what you're wearing, what you look like.
Oh my god, that's so true.
I know.
Okay, well, I mean, I could say anything right now. I'm dressed in a giant SpongeBob costume. No, I am wearing a suit jacket and a tie, but I am also just wearing, and this is the secret of it all, because no one can see this. I'm wearing shorts right now. It's otherwise way too hot to be repping the fancy pants, you know?
What's it like in LA right now? Are you in the full swings of summer in California?
It is like 90 degrees today. I mean, obviously not yet, because it's like I'm about to watch the effing sunrise. Like, you know what I mean? It's still the nighttime, but like, yeah, it's very, very warm. How about you on the East Coast?
Unseasonably freezing on the East Coast this weekend. It's actually nasty. It's like raining and 60 degrees. It's horrible. A wonderful day to be inside watching Mahjong.
Yes. No doubt. Same here, ironically. So this hand from Aragonator, I'm sure you've touched on it.
Yeah.
Kind of great. Pure double sequence chance.
It's cracked.
Red 5 hand. Like not bad.
It's cracked.
And then we kept our lead. Oh my goodness, we kept our lead.
Yo, a lot of exciting stuff happened while you were gone. The guy got to Tenpai for the Chitoy Dora 3, and then was Dama didn't call Riichi, waiting for the 6-mon, but then picked up the twice cut East, which is like only 1 tile left, and chose to Riichi that one to be evil. But by doing that, allowed us to get to Tenpai on our E2, and we were able to win it instead.
Oh, we won the shamble E2 hand from earlier. Oh my goodness.
We did.
And I love pressing the advantage here. I mean, unfortunately, it's only a single tile weight. Only the 6 of circles gets us there, but this is I love the dreaming qualities of this hand.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, there's none of the 9 dot left, huh? So that's a little tough, and the 6-pin's looking a little hard to get to. But we can hope that, although it doesn't look like anyone's folding, does it?
Yeah, it seems pretty aggressive, and Tatsuno, you know, choosing to shove elbows here, or like throw elbows here with the single tile weight on the door. I mean, I don't hate this. You know, seat win one Dora moves the game along, and they upgrade to a double-sided weight. Like that's pretty good.
Yeah, they're trying to move the game along. They don't want us to pull too far ahead here. I think, especially after 2 games are done, like in the position of the Japanese server, still like flat score, they really don't want to see anyone pulling ahead with a big number, which makes sense, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it would be great not for the EN server rewards wise, but just for commentary wise. If we had like a very, very tense final Hanchan, that'd be very exciting. And the path to that is, you know, Tatsuno just like sending it, YOLO sending it with the seat wind one Dora just to try to get some claw back some value in this game.
And Guyong over there did actually have the choice to take Tenpai and would have had to cut that Forso that Tatsuno is waiting for.
Yeah.
But looks like they had a lot of self-restraint and convinced themselves not to do it. So big shout outs over there.
And then Tatsuno with the fold too, very disciplined. Unfortunately now seeing that it's safe, but like not a lot of the 6 of bamboos or 5 of bamboos have been thrown. And so that 7 of bamboo pickup did seem pretty dangerous, all said and done.
Right. And dealing into as much as you want to win your hand, dealing into the dealer is just, it's always so painful.
Yeah.
It's so painful.
Claire,
but probably now pretty glad they folded, because when you pick up that extra Dora too, what are you gonna do, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was always gonna have to fold anyways.
And then Yusong's adjusting Claire's camera one more time, but it's not anything that you're doing, and he's a professional.
I'm sure it is. I'm sure I'm like shrimping closer and closer. I can feel myself getting closer to my microphone, so you also need to let me know if I sound ridiculous, because I can at any point sit with my back straight. No, technically.
But here's the thing, like we don't know each other that well, and I don't know how to say like. It's just a ridiculous thing to say to someone at not even 5 in the morning. My OBS is struggling because of posture. Like I can't.
It's okay. If my mom can say it to me, you can too. Don't be afraid.
No, I can't. Oh my god! Thank you for co-commentating with me.
No, and I will admit too, my posture is also getting worse because my cat appeared, who is now sitting on my lap, and so I'm also growing closer to my kid.
That's totally fair. Me, it's just my anxious thoughts that I'm getting closer to, but that is valid too. And this hand, okay, not the bombastic hand that we wanted, but still a decent one. What is even the Dora? The West Winds and the play to our left has 2 of them. Okay, not great. But
I feel like we've seen a couple hands now at this point where the West Wind has been a kind of crazy Dora.
So maybe there's something in the air. Definitely like a pinfooable hand from the player to
now, I do think that Guyong across from us has some potential monstrosity going on.
And that's one way to do it. Holy moly! Just straight up calling the con. I mean, maybe Tanya, right? Like, wow.
Look at that. Beautiful. Do you cut the Dora West here? No, cutting the 2-mon. That's very interesting.
I always
committing
cut the Dora
to this idea of maybe having that insane value.
Yeah. Do you ever cut the Dora here? I feel like I cut the Dora here all the time. I just don't believe in myself to ever draw into the Dora, you know?
Yeah, I think it is hard to pick up another one of them, and I can see the appeal. Like perhaps you pick up the 8 dot and then you get to the tanky weight on it, which could be epic. But I personally feel that after you've conned, you need to get to Tenpai as quickly as possible, especially to call Riichi before somebody else takes advantage, right? So I would, what do I know? But I would take the most direct route to Tenpai here rather than faffing around trying to pick up,
we took like a little bit of a detour getting there, but hey, we're very, very close now just to a Tanya hand. Yeah. Might even get to call Riichi if we're super, super lucky. About it, and very interesting play. I mean, it's the right play, but like when the West Wind comes out, we are not calling pawn on that. We are 1 tile away from Riichi, Pinfu, Dora, red 5. Like we have everything with 2 chances at Orador. Like this hand is so unbelievably strong if we can just call Riichi.
Look, we've got to Tenpai now too for Guyong, waiting on that 5 and 8 of dots.
Yeah. Pretty gross.
So not the Sanonko angle, not the Conceal 3 triplets angle that I was hoping to see, but still like a really good weight for a potentially really dangerous hand.
Yes, very, very strong. 5 of circles, 2 left in the game. Ericanator draws. Oh, dangerous tile, but it's to
Oh,
Tatsuno,
and deals
right?
in instead. Deals in instead over there.
Right. The 2 of circles was a safe tile for the
Yes.
the Riichi.
Well done, really. Defusing that very dangerous situation with the Riichi.
Yes. Tatsuno also like a enjoyer of just fast open hands. Maybe we'll see some more closed play just to try to get some value here. But yeah, really showing the potential of just like full sending it. I'm so sorry. I have to interrupt myself. This is what am I even seeing right now? Like,
wait, excuse me?
Yeah, this is.
Excuse me?
This is
This is nuts.
Yeah,
this is cracked.
Would you ever just cut red 5 there? Like, I don't think it's unthinkable to cut red 5. Like, I'm so much less happy to win.
It's unthinkable. It's unthinkable.
Really?
I think it's unthinkable. I think it's unthinkable. I think that because you have the 3 Dora and the value, like again, you just like take whatever is the most quickest, most likely path to Tenpai, right? Surely. You don't need to slow yourself down here. Will there be a chi here though?
Could be a cheat. It would give you it would give Tenpai. It would be weird, but
yeah, you could have cheated the 1 pin there and then Tankied on like the west wind for Tenpai, which would be crazy, but is possible.
Not necessarily the worst thing. The west wind comes out, still opening up the chance for the half flush. But yeah, like you said, like we don't need everything and the kitchen sink. Like this is just fine. Oh my god.
This is about to be the nastiest Dama I've ever seen. Yeah. This is gross.
This is I mean someone's career is getting ended tonight, and I'm glad it's not mine. Oh my god.
Oh no. Oh my god, Tatsuno. That's insane. That's the kind of situation where like you cut the tile completely reasonably and the manga animation comes up and you're kind of like, huh?
What happened? Yes. Huh? What? This is
like you like black back in and you have 12,000 points left and you're like, oh what happened to me?
Wow.
That's
unbelievable
crazy.
Hand. And
that was a gift from the gods.
Do
a
I
gift
have
from the
people
gods.
muted? There's no one emoting. Highly respectable, by the way. This is a table of cultured Mahjong players. No emotes being thrown. Okay, taking.
There's 9 terminal initial draw. Interesting.
Yeah, not going for the orphans there, but I don't think that were all of them. Do they have more? Do they have like 10 out of 13 or something? But
no,
either
I don't
way.
think so. No, they didn't have that many. They didn't have that many. And plus, they refished for a new hand with 2 red Doras in it. So
yes, not a bad trade up. If you challenge, decent hand here. 3 of bamboo is the Dora. This hand for us kind of hard to win, but like a 4, 5, 6 Sanshoku brewing. Maybe we can get Tanya. Maybe we can get Seat Wind, Prevalent Wind, but looking unlikely with 2 of them.
This is definitely the curse of being able to see everybody's hands, because the 4, 5, 6 Sanshoku looks so good, and yet we can see that the 5-mon is actually completely already taken in other people's hands. This is kind of tragic, right?
Yeah,
one person has 2, the other person has the other 2, and that's that.
I think this should be illegal. You should not be able to have an omnipotent view of Riichi Mahjong. This is just like ruining my sensibilities.
I think it would cause too much mental damage to look at it all the time.
Yeah, definitely. This is also why you never look at the dead wall or like the wall of the tiles. It only brings pain.
It only brings pain. It only brings pain. It's actually, in most tournament settings, this is a fun fact, considered to be incredibly bad manners to ever look at what would have happened, the tiles you would have drawn, what was in the dead wall. Like, you're never supposed to do that.
What is the etiquette for like, dude, you got so lucky, oh my god, like that kind of stuff? Like, his
So for that, you just have to wait until you walk outside the tournament room, and then you can say that shit. Okay. As long as you wait until you walk outside, it's that kind of thing where you say like, oh, good game, and then everyone leaves the table, and then you turn around and like, you know, like that. Not that I would ever bully or intimidate people outside the Mahjong table.
Of course not. But I would do what it takes to win. No, I wouldn't. That's obviously a joke, but I also would consider it. Claire, I also wanted to ask you, like, how do you, like, obviously these players, we get into Tenpai. I wonder if we just slam the Riichi here. We don't? Perhaps
interesting. They think they could maybe improve the weight.
Yeah. Again, we are cursed with the knowledge that they cannot improve the weight, but still a decent try. Maybe this is just like the 1 turn wait where you just wait 1 turn, and if not, you're gonna slam the Riichi button anyways.
Really valid, because now since we waited 1 turn, 2 people have opened their hands, making it a lot harder for them to fold, right?
Yep, absolutely.
So maybe now we hit the button. No, not yet. Wow. Doesn't matter. Does not matter. Yajima Ho with the sumo here.
Eric had such a good hand too. Prevalent Wind, two red 5s, like. Hate to see that one go, but yeah, nothing we can do. I mean, again, good players pawn and cheat again at the Tenpai, and that's exactly what we saw. So what? Single tile weight on the 4 bamboo. We take the Tenpai because it is Tenpai. But kind of a garbage
I'm going to blame this on the late hour, but it wasn't until you just said that it crossed my mind that man's name could be Eric. Like, you said Eric, and I was like, oh, could that be why his name is Eric Onader? We're doing great. We're doing great.
No,
we're doing great.
This is why the tournament was held at this hour. It's just the right time to do it.
It's the right time to do it.
What would be even more amazing if that person's name was like Suji or like fishing. Like that would be the more amazing thing to have happen.
Right, Eric's actually not related at all.
Yeah. So this is not the starting hand that we want to see, but it allows us some decent time for me to ask you this. Claire, if you are playing in a tournament and like these players are only playing in one hanchan, but if you're playing in multiple hanchan and you just get like so unlucky, how do you mitigate the tilt? Or do you just let it ride and you just like have the worst day ever?
Well, you know, I think it's like a graph, right?
Yeah.
Where like the first few times you lose, like, but not more than 2. The first 2 times it feels really bad because you still have a chance, but it's a lot harder. So you still need to like be doing your best. Yeah. But it's just like very, very challenging to do what you need to do. But after you've lost twice, you're basically mathematically eliminated unless you do something really crazy. So after that, you can kind of just like vibe and chill. Like by the end of a tournament, there's so many tables you sit down and people are like, oh yeah, I got no shot. Like we're just here to play Mahjong. And then the vibes improve a ton, right? Because you're playing with people who none of us have a chance of being in the money, so like we may as well enjoy our time with each other, right?
Right. Okay.
Right. The only trouble is when you're at one of those tables, but because in many tournaments it's random who you play against, right? So if you're in one of those tournaments and you're playing with someone who it does matter to, but everyone else is just like having fun and enjoying their lives.
Yes.
That's a little tough.
That's true.
Because then they can get mad. They're like, why are you enjoying yourself when I'm trying to play a serious game of Mahjong? So you got to be careful of that situation as well.
Me in every ranked game when someone emotes, how dare you have fun? Like, I'm fighting for my effing life out here. So
fighting for my life.
Thank you for explaining, because yeah, I don't have the tournament experience.
Now, my question for you though is, do you think you're ever going to start playing in tournaments?
Oh, absolutely. I like want to like take things seriously, but then it risks like ultimate humiliation. I mean, that's not something that I'm like a stranger to. You know, you make YouTube videos and then you're gonna experience some humiliation. Oh my God! Everyone's getting into Tenpai. This is like this is
everyone's Tenpai here.
Everyone's Tenpai. This is not a bad Riichi. Dealers see. I mean, it's the only way you win. You don't have Tanya. You don't have anything. It'd be weird to fold with the 9 of characters.
You know what? Maybe they're interesting. They were trying to get the Sananko. That's what I was about to say. Like perhaps they're waiting to see if they should go for the more expensive 3 concealed triplets route. It's just unfortunate for them that resulted in them dealing in, as opposed to having taken the 2-sided weight, which would have ended much better for them.
Yeah. And Tatsuno opening up the hand, but this time hiding a pair of the Dora, so like actually packing a little bit more of a punch than you'd expect. Definitely happy to pick that one up to try to recover a little bit from last place. But yeah,
and I think it puts them in a good position too, right? Because now they're in the position where if they sumo the manga, they're almost out of 4th.
Yes.
So
yes,
almost there.
But yeah, to answer your question, would love to play more tournaments and to take things more seriously, even if they were just like online-ish tournaments. I think that there's still something like valid experience. It's just a different vibe that I would like to try out. Oh my God, good hand by the way.
Another question too.
Yeah.
Would you ever consider running a tournament for your fans on your channel, like a fan tournament? Have you done that before?
Claire, people are going to drive me out of this city with a pitchfork. Yeah, a lot of streamers do. And this is, Yusong hates us. No, Yusong does not hate you. Yusong is just like, Yusong cannot handle that amount of organizing. Like this, when 2 people just have to show up, I almost died, okay? Look, I didn't almost die, but like, it was difficult and it was tricky. So it's not that it's not that I don't want to. It's like, okay, I'll put this caveat. Oh my God! What about?
Wait, sorry. There's something occurring.
Yeah,
there's something occurring over here.
1, 2, 3, 6. 8, 9, 10? Okay, 10 is like
10 is
doable.
good.
10 is like actually
10 is
doable.
good.
Oh my god.
But Tatsuno is already in Riichi for the 2-sided 4-7 pin weight.
Yeah, just like solid enough.
So what do we need? We need 1 mon, 9 pin, and 9 so. That's it.
Yeah.
How far are we willing to go for that?
Yeah, this is really tricky. Yeah, so not totally, but like this does not necessarily move us further away. Yeah, this is a really tricky situation.
Tough, because if we could win this, if we could win a Yakuman,
you're a legend.
It
You're a
would
legend.
be so good for our team.
Yes.
It would be so good for our team.
Also, what the? Okay, yeah, tough situation for Ericanator as well. Like drawing into the pair of the green dragons, like this could have been a really valuable, like what 2 red 5, like green dragon, white dragon hand, but it's just you're just the hand's just a little too slow in the face of this, you know, Riichi that's been called.
Now, here's my question. If you, let's imagine Guyong cuts the white dragon or at some point, right? Yeah. Do you think Ericanator should pawn? Or do you think those 2 tiles are more valuable as safe tiles?
I think that they're more valuable as safe tiles, but this is like coward ladder strats talking. Like, I don't actually know if that's the right thing to do.
It is Dora 4. It would be white dragon Dora 4, but you are in a pretty big lead. But white dragon Dora 4 as the dealer is an awful lot of points.
Yes,
just
really
hypothetically.
huge. So yeah, cutting the 9 of circles, not totally throwing in the towel, but certainly, you know, not the full send if you were to play like super aggressively. I'm gonna flip back.
It looks like they're pretty spooked out, by that east wind not being anywhere.
We might see it come out here, but this is also a little bit scary, I guess. Oh, okay, yeah. Here's the.
Oh, they're
here's
giving
the
up.
fold.
They're giving up.
Fine. I mean, it's a really difficult like position. If no one had called Riichi, oh,
that hurts. That hurts. That hurts. That hurts. That hurts. Tough to see. Tough to see.
07. You know what I mean? It's nothing you could do, but just take off the hat and sing like think about yourself. You know, just reflect on your own actions. This is just a tough situation though.
Did the expression you just said to take off your hat and think about yourself?
Claire, it's 5 a.m. We can't like it's too. Like,
this is good. No, I'm adding it to the repertoire. Sometimes you just have to take off your hat and think about yourself.
It's like you go up to like a reflecting pond, and it's like the respectful thing to do to take off your hat and just think about yourself for a while. Oh, there's the deal in. Okay, fair.
Why are you doing this? Why are you doing this?
Maybe you have 3 of the 5s. And then I'm not sure. The east wind is even scarier, I suppose, but it's not the sea wind of anyone but you. It's a tough choice. It's a really tough choice.
Yeah, it's a tough choice. I only meant that in the most like, no, I wish you hadn't dealt in kind of way. No comment whatsoever on if there was a better tile or not. I can't comment on that.
Yeah, I mean they were able to upgrade into the like double-sided 6/7 of bamboo weight, but yeah, it's late in the game. It's really I have no idea what to do. I would deal in like way more than these players are dealing in.
Yeah, surely, right?
Interesting 4 concealed triplets. Maybe,
perhaps. Could it be Tatsuno's big comeback?
Yeah, I mean Tatsuno's been opening up their hand like, oh my god. Okay, speaking it into existence.
Hello,
Pog.
Hello.
Real question. Do you pawn 8 of circles or 3 of characters? I feel like it's not bad here.
Good here though, right? Because if you pawn, then you need to I mean you're tempai, but for what, right? Like for nothing. You need to pair up another one. So I feel like you can't really yet take those pawns.
Yeah. And tempai
not with
for
another
nothing.
Yaku. If it's just maybe I'll get Toy later. I think you can't. At least skip the first ones, right?
Yes. Second one might come out pretty soon though. Drawing the 8 of circles. I mean, also usable. Oh, hey, this could still.
Draw here.
Yeah.
Interesting draw here.
Okay. Oh, no, never mind. We don't want it. I love that. I respect the F out of that. Yeah, we don't want this.
It's a commitment. That's a commitment.
We want the triplet as a triplet. We will not sully that by using it as a 7, 8, 9. Pretty nice greed here. But this is your last dealer seat, and if you want to come back to this game, yeah, I like that thinking.
Now, meanwhile, Guyong is potentially trying to... just picks up another Dora. Like, that hand is looking kind of crazy with the pawn of the red dragon, pair of the white dragon, and one of the green.
This is gross.
Another green dragon here could make this a really intense situation.
Yeah, this is really scary. I mean, Eric's stuck with the green dragon. If it stays for too long. Okay, now it's a little bit diffused.
There it goes out. Oh right in time too. Oh my god, if he had hung on to that for one more turn, he would have put everyone in massive danger.
So this is now like a heartbreaking situation. Yeah, cutting the green dragon is fine. Like sure, 3 little dragons, but like think to yourself like you might be stuck on a double pair wait for something just garbage, or it's way harder to win if you keep that pair of the green dragons in your hand. At least these pairs you can pawn. That one is just really it's just too heartbreaking to tear away that 2-3 shape in the character suit.
I do think there's some value because if let's imagine you have the pair of the pawn of the red dragon, you pawn the white dragon too, people immediately start getting spooked out and folding, right?
Yes.
So as opposed to this situation where you obviously don't have Shosangan or anything, where perhaps you would see some more people pushing against your hand. Though it doesn't matter because it does look like Yajimaho has called Riichi waiting for 5-8 of bamboo.
Yeah, 3 of the 5s are stuck in Eric's hand, but the red 5 still exists, and then 2 of the 8 of bamboos are gone. But I mean, still a decent number of outs. Not impossible by any means.
It does look like they're in the wall, so we'll have to see who draws them.
Yeah. Tricky situation. I mean, 8 of bamboo is also the Dora. If we get a sumo on the Dora, that's also pretty devastating. I mean, nice fold there. Two white dragon discards into just getting into Tenpai anyway for a 1 or a 4 of characters. This is not a bad situation.
Awesome.
And then this is just a heartbreaker. Like, oh my god, yeah. Like
you can't
this
cut it.
Is impossible to play. Yeah, it's just you can't.
Oh. He does cut it. He does. Wow.
Ice cold veins. Like I get it too. Like you're in a tournament setting, just go big. Like
it's your final dealership. There's no chance you get to Tenpai if you keep it, and you need to keep your dealership. It's South 3. If your dealership ends, like you're kind of cooked.
So,
but it's a tough result for him.
Really heartbreaking result. If you are on the JP team, then like in the last Hanchan that we're about to see coming up next, like, is it possible for you to win if it's like if even if you win with something like wild, like 90,000, is it still possible for you to take home the gold?
It's just gonna be a matter of math, right? This is the part that I'm fearing and dreading if the scores are too close, is that you and I will need to start doing math, which is, even on like a day where I'm like very well rested and at the top of my game, like I'm a little sketchy on it. But at this time in the morning, I'm not sure you and I can be expected to do our best math, but we're gonna have to try.
It's like that thing of like infinite monkeys with infinite typewriters will eventually end up typing Shakespeare. True. Infinite Yusongs and Claires might come up with a correct mathematical result. Like it is possible. It is possible. It's not likely, but given enough time, we might be able to do it.
And I'm gonna admit a secret to you right now. A Claire Pozniak secret. Whenever I'm in a tournament situation and I need to know like my win conditions, like how many points I need to be over certain opponents to achieve the victory, I actually don't do my own math. I actually text Light Pink Yoshi, who I believe is also a frequent contributor to your channel, and I ask him, "Hey Max, what score do I need to win?" Which at my age and level of dignity, I shouldn't be doing. I probably shouldn't be admitting this. This is probably like embarrassing to admit. Like my ops are probably listening to this, being like, "I knew she sucked," and yet, if there's somebody who I trust to do the math better than me, is it not safer to allow them to do that?
No, it's absolutely the right play. But like, if we want to get into a measuring contest about like having no dignity, are you kidding me? Like I like this game is my channel, and I don't know how to score. Like So anyway, Claire, I'm gonna send you an image because I think there's been some rules that have been explained to me, and yet my brain, and I'm gonna blame it on the fact that it is 5:03 in the morning for me. I am literally about to watch the sunset. I just need everyone to recognize it. It's been like I can't even remember the last time that I watched the sunset. I'm literally about to watch the sunset while watching Mahjong. It's a wild feeling, but yeah, so I wanted to send over some tournament score clarifications, as this round doesn't seem like anyone's in Tenpai yet. We have a tiny bit of time.
I see the clarification now. So when we had confirmed earlier whether we had asked if there was an Oka because the goal points was 35,000, it looks like we've got the confirmation from Yostar that while the return points is 35,000, it's not being used. It's only being used as like I would assume that it will, perhaps we need a clarification on this too, that it would go to West if nobody has hit 35,000.
Yes.
However, we're only doing the basic points. So like we said, no placement bonus at all. Yeah.
Okay.
So that goes along with our previous understanding that this is purely based on your score. There is no placement bonus at all.
I see. And also, I just realized that people are saying that I just said the word sunset instead of sunrise. It's you sickos. You know exactly what I mean. Okay.
The sun is setting on something for Yusong here. Okay.
Yeah, maybe the whole commentary door. The sun is setting on that after people listen to this one. All right. So this player still, like, if you win this, Tanyao red 5, if you sumo this, you end the game in first. And so this is, I do not hate this devilish Damaten that's going on. Claire, what do you think about not calling Riichi here?
I think this is no. You never call Riichi here, right? Like this hand, it just like is. It is like the Terminator. Like it will devastate your opponents. Like it's so dangerous.
Yeah.
However, it looks like Eric is not giving up yet. Eric's saying, no, you can't have it. Perhaps he senses the danger about to come his way. And he's trying to end this as quickly as possible, which I think is the only thing to do here, right?
What?
Beautiful. That's my boy. That is my English server boy.
Server.
Eric, let's go.
Let's freaking go. I mean, of course, we are impartial to everyone.
And
this is a great game played by all the players. Let's freaking go. Let's freaking go.
Okay. Let me write down these scores so that we can have an update. So for the English server here, we have another 29 points. Woo! And then next for the Chinese server, we've got a 4.8 addition.
Yeah.
For the Korean server, we've got minus 9.1. And then for the Japanese server, a minus 24.7.
Claire, you're doing God's work. Thank you so much for doing this. I'm gonna exit.
Oh, typing numbers into spreadsheets, my specialty. My specialty. Anytime.
Not seeing Sanshoku and winning with it anyway, my specialty. And we both bring something to the table that I think is valuable. So yeah, one final Hanchan. I mean, secretly, I always like to root for the underdog. The JP server, like, we need some monster repeats in order for like a huge score, but I'd also love to see, and no one needs to call me a sicko for saying this, I'd love to see someone absolutely destroy 3 other human being souls. Like, I would love to see that. Like, Mahjong is the time and place to do that, quite frankly. And like, I also mean that in a very like sportsmanshipy kind of way. It is, well within the rules, and I would love to see it happen.
Yusong is not the main character from Death Note, but he would like to see 3 people die.
In Minecraft, you know what I mean? Like in the tournament setting.
Well, what I can say here, the English server does have the pretty big lead now with the 34 points. So I think going into this last game, what the Japanese server is going to need to be thinking about, the Chinese server as well, they're quite close in points right now. Japanese server minus 25.9, Chinese server minus 17.3. What they're going to need to be thinking about specifically is destroying specifically the EN server player. Because if they're just destroying each other, it's going to be a lot harder for them to get the points to get up to the English server. So just having the English server in second might still not be enough to save them. Like, they're going to need to target Jinx, and Jinxie is going to be playing next.
Yes, and I hope we get to see this, because it's not something that we ever get to see in a ranked game, or not ever, but it's really rare, like ignoring a direct hit on one player to go specifically for a direct hit on another player. Like, I sincerely hope that we see that. That's one of the most diabolical things that could even happen in life. And I would love to bear witness within the confines of the Grand Chariot Cup 2025.
Yeah, I'm hopeful we'll get to see some stuff like that. We might also see some interesting scenarios where, for instance, like, you have to pick between Riichi and Dama, but the tile's a safe tile to the player in Riichi, and you think that Jinxie is folding. So that kind of like really interesting, like, manipulation of your strategy to specifically hit the people who you need to hit. I think that's super exciting.
This is, I mean, it's coming down to the wire. People are going to need to be throwing out their most devastating techniques. We might even see some emotes. I don't want to make any promises, but we might even see some emotes. Yeah. Wow. Who is the what is the username of the EN server representative? Again, not biased.
Jinxie. Jinxie. The Saint 2 in the game. That's Jinxie.
Okay. Here we go.
Yes.
All right.
And then let's see. We can run through the other players that are here as well. So is that Celestial level 7?
Oh my god, this is Celestial.
Does Celestial go that high? Celestial level 7? That's
okay.
crazy.
I know it's like rude to peep someone's match history, like that's asking for the social security number. Like that's way too personal. But I need to see that match history. That is perhaps
we definitely need to open that when the game starts. Celestial 7 is crazy.
That is unbelievable.
So that's Outline 2 from the Japanese server. That's our Celestial 7.
Saving
and
the
then we
saber,
have Chihai Xiaotou is next. The other Celestial, by the way, is from the Chinese server. So just laying that out to start.
Yes. And then Claire, if you were on like a team, I mean you are on a team, but like you're going into a tournament setting, do you just put the best player in the last position always, or is it kind of like debatable what to do?
In general, I put the player who is strongest in maths for the last position. Because that's the most important thing, is being able to change, like in your head, like change the sums that you need in order to win.
Let me see those SAT scores.
Yeah, exactly. So often actually for the Peregrine Falcons, my Nomi League team, when I'm in that situation, I'll send out Andres rather than myself, even as the captain of the team. Because while I do trust my Mahjong, I don't always trust my math. And I would hate to be in a scenario where I got the math wrong.
Yeah. Wow.
And I failed everyone because I failed at arithmetic.
Yeah, no, that's devastating. That's really, really tough. And I also like, so in a tournament setting, do you ever also try to go for like mismatches? Like just try to send in your best player when other teams are maybe trying to just weather out the first few Hanchons?
Not in that way so much, more in the sense of like, well, like for instance, there are players who I don't like playing against because I think they're better than me, or not like, well, not just for that reason, but there's some people who like always beat you in a specific way, and it gets under your skin, and it gets into your head, and they're already in your head before the game. I try to avoid those matchups because it's just like you started a psychological disadvantage. Yeah. So for that reason, like for instance, in one season of Nomi League, there is a team that had several players on it that were in my head like that, and I simply would not send myself out to play if our matchup was against that team, because I'd be like, the chances I run into one of these people who I can't play against is too high, right? you have that luxury a little bit, unlike on ladder where you really have no say in the meme lords you play against.
Yeah, I mean, like, what's the psychological diagnosis on someone who just feels that way for everyone in the Jade Room? Just like, oh no, like, just everyone.
Sure, you have your favorite types of opponents in the Jade Room, right? Like the guy who believes that Suji is real every time. Like you like playing against him, right?
Oh no, Claire, that's me. I'm that guy.
Oh no. Oh no.
I was like, yeah, I would love to play against that dope. Wait, I am that dope. Oh no.
We're all that dope sometimes.
Of course, you gotta be that dope. Sometimes you just gotta pay the iron price and deal into the most obvious Suji trap that you've ever seen in your entire life.
Right. No, sometimes it's like that, right? Sometimes you just have to do it and you can't take it too seriously.
Of course not.
I think that's like the real moral of Mahjong in general. You just can't take yourself too seriously.
That's the goal. And you know what? And that's why I'm dressed in a suit and tie, baby, at 5 a.m. Okay, so we are starting this in 3 seconds. This is the final Hanchon of the Grand Chariot Cup 2025. I just wanted to thank Claire for being here. Thank you to everyone joining us from around the world to watch this at a very, very early, late, whatever, normal hour. So thank you. And again, to get everyone caught up on the situation, Outline needs to specifically destroy the emoting Akagi player to which is
Jingxi with the first emote of the game immediately shot down. Did you see that?
Yeah, this is it's already getting personal.
This is Chihai Xiaotou with the follow-up emote from Saber from the Chinese server. I believe I actually saw on the Twitter post that they go by Lil Toe sometimes, so I'm actually going to refer to them as Lil Toe for the remainder of this game, if that's okay with you.
Oh, it would be an extreme insult if we didn't at this point. I
know
that we're supposed to be looking at the dealer, and it seems like they are just moving towards a half flush in the circle suit. Again, not the greatest shapes that you want to start with, but dealer seat, half flush, red 5, stuff could happen. This could turn into something very valuable. But then you look 100%. At this hand and you just see like so much value. It's unbelievable. So
also kind of bad shapes.
Yeah. Definitely.
That's the problem, right? And so here's the interesting question. Do you cut the 4-pin or the penchant, you cut the 8-9 pin to try to, you're fishing for something better.
Yes.
You want a good weight here because you have so much value, right?
Yes. I don't like, obviously this is not like 100% of the time thing, but sometimes that 8-9 shape is so bad. I don't know if people, like if you're newer to the game, you might be asking yourself why. It's like one tile away. Yeah, but like if you need to upgrade it, first you need to draw into a 6 of circles. And then that's not even better. Then you need to draw into a 5 of circles. So you need to draw like 2 tiles to upgrade it. So in this case, just not worth it. Just gonna try to make use of the other more serviceable shapes in your area.
Yeah, and also with that the 2-4-4-5 shape, that's also considered to be like a pretty bad shape to work with because you need the 3, like it double relies on that 3 of characters in order to complete both shapes. And if you have to get the same tile twice, then it just makes it so much harder to complete.
Absolutely.
But it's a really good draw, really good draws here. We needed the pair. We have the 2-mon now to work with. We had the 4-pin. We picked up a 3-pin to attach to it. This is looking pretty awesome for Jinxie with maybe another good draw, although it's getting... Oh, there's the draw.
We have to cut the red 5, but like, so be it. Yeah, so...
Send it.
Unfortunately, like, you know, we see that the player across from us is going for a half flush. We don't necessarily know how many tiles that they have. Unfortunately, it's like almost all of them. Like, unfortunately, it's really, really tough for us to get the tiles.
He only needs one to win. He only needs one to win.
But we only need one to win. And the good news about this is that, like, you obviously don't want to deal into the scary circle to half flush players. So, like, you don't have to in this situation. And now Outline is, wow, this is like you're tap dancing in a minefield. This is so tough.
This is so tough with so many of the same tiles. You know, there is a school of thought that says that if you, especially near the end of the game, if you have a lot of copies of the same tile, it's very likely that it deals in. Like the likelihood goes up and up. Like if you have a triplet of the same tile, because that's the shape that your opponents weren't able to fill in. Because you have all of them. It's very hard for them to fill in, so it becomes more likely it's their final weight. So you have to be very careful near the end of the game when you have like a closed triplet of something. It's very tempting to say, you know, I have 3 of it, I'm gonna cut it because if it's safe, it will last me many turns. However, like the chances that the person ended up waiting for it because you have all of them also is higher and higher. So something definitely that Outline's gonna have to be careful of here.
Claire, that is the smartest thing that has ever been said on this channel in terms of Mahjong gameplay. Holy moly. I know you're saying that as like an offhand thing. I'm about to make that in my entire personality. Like I had no idea, but that makes so much sense to me.
It makes a lot of sense, right?
Oh, the chase here is so painful.
The 8-pin comes out here.
Wow. Yeah, it's so tricky. Oh, just tragic. Oh.
Yeah. It's so understandable for that 3-4-6 dot weight, but unfortunate that they would have been able to take down 5 without dealing in if they had just somehow could see the future.
Yes, could somehow see that the 4 of circles is the only tile that doesn't deal them in. But yeah, keeping that 4 of circles also gives us the toy chance, the all triplets chance. So like huge value to be had in that hand. Don't hate them for trying. That's heartbreaking for the JP server. Like that's your dealer seat. That's unbelievable.
I know, because that was the hand that they really needed. They needed to be Tenpai there and then to Ron Jinxie.
Yes.
Specifically, that would have been such an ideal scenario for them.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. All right, so now we are in East 2. Dora is the 2 of circles. Not a bad hand. Pinfu on the horizon, as it always is, but especially with the with the starting hand. Yeah, nothing
good looking.
Too explosive. Yeah.
We have 2 Dora with Jinxie again, which is pretty good. I'm liking the looks of his starting hands here. So I've got some big hopes for Jinxie this time. Yeah. Interesting with the pair of the green dragon coming for the dealer here. It looks like they're not gonna perhaps not go for that Pinfu after all. But even a 2-han hand is fine to keep your dealership, right?
Absolutely. Anything to stay in the dealer seat could even, I mean, it doesn't seem very likely, but half flush, maybe not totally unthinkable depending on the draws. But
yeah.
But
I mean, look at that, right? It's a real option.
Definitely becoming more and more real with that 3 of circles. This hand, what do you think about this? It's C-Wind half flush. It's 3-han, and you need like huge wins here. I suppose it's better than nothing, but what are you thinking here?
Fine, right? Because I think that like in this situation too, you're already so committed with 2 calls open that. Well, I mean, I guess we could go even farther back to say, should they have gone the 2 calls open for the half flush hand? However, I do think that winning the points you can sometimes is your best bet. And for this guy, especially, you know, looking at the closed triplet of the 5, you know, maybe you could even look at, well, you could look at Morphu to get up to 5,200 points, which is a pretty big amount.
Oh yeah, red 5. I mean, I don't think it's coming out, but like, if you were in this position, you might as well con. I'm not sure if that's, but like, this is wow. Yeah. Yeah. I think like in last place, this is like the moment to do it, but it's like so tricky. Oh, it's
I know,
really
with
a
the
hard
dealer
decision.
Riichi too, right?
Yeah, into the dealer Riichi. Yeah.
No, they don't have the cojones. Tough.
This is also like a really tough spot. I can't believe that none of these tiles come out. They feel so safe. Obviously, they're highlighted in red for us, but they like these tiles feel really, really safe on any given day to come out.
One of them will come out. This guy, he's got like a little clock over his head that's counting down the moments till he dies. You know, not to go back to the whole Death Note thing.
Right, but sometimes it just happens that way. Okay, we upgrade our
good.
Our hand. Yeah.
So now we have a path to safety for that would be Taekpung Daigwa from the Korean server here. And the path to safety is sometimes all you need.
Yeah.
It might save this guy's life. Lil Toe might not see victory today.
Yeah, really
not to
tricky
jinx
spot. So like the 7 of characters, there's none left. There's one in Jingxi's hand and one to the Lil Toe's hand. So I don't think any of those are coming out. 6 of characters, maybe. Oh, the kiss of death. Oh, so tragic.
You can't cut. Surely you can't cut that.
Yeah,
you
just
can't cut
absolutely
that.
tragic. Like.
Yeah.
We saw what the Dora cut did last game. I mean, it wasn't the 8 of bamboo dealing. It's not like it wasn't the end of the world, but you just don't want to deal in with the Dora.
Oh. I mean, pretty good if he can sumo that 2-dot here. That, I mean, his hand is just as expensive with 2 Dora as it is with Honitsu, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
2 Han here, 2 Han there.
Yeah. Pretty not necessarily. Oh, this is so dangerous. What do you even do here?
Yeah. Really comes out, throw it back. I love that.
I don't expect, you know, I'm the fool that believes in Suji. I don't ever expect the Dora coming out, even with the 5 of circles being safe. So all the Dora are unfortunately locked up in everyone's hand. The South Winds and the Green Dragons now in the late game, yeah, it's just way too spicy to throw.
Yeah. It's so spicy, right? Interesting choice to take the pawn there. I think that if you take the pawn, you can prevent the dealer from getting another draw, right? Which is kind of a cool play.
I don't hate it, but then I was like trying to scan for if there were any immediately obvious like safe tiles to throw. I'm not sure if there were, but if there were, like it's a pretty nice play just to deny the dealer one last chance at that sumo that you definitely don't want them to have.
Yeah, I don't know if you're familiar with Kobayashi Go's digital Mahjong strategy book, but in that book, he talks about how you should always, if you can safely, call to change the person in Riichi from getting the haitei, but you should not call to break somebody's ipatsu. I don't know if you're familiar with that
really?
theory.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's what he says. He says that usually when you call to break someone's ipatsu, you actually put yourself in a really bad situation where you're taking a big risk to help out everyone at the table. So unless you're like just like a really nice guy, like, you know, maybe you're feeling like a nice guy, you want to help everybody out, but it puts you in a situation where you have less safe tiles, like you have less to work with for the rest of the Riichi, because it's not like breaking the haitei where the round just ends, right? Like you have to keep going and it's really dangerous. And you've put yourself in a bad situation for it. So it's usually not correct to call just to break the ipatsu. But for the haitei, it's different. He encourages that you do that.
Claire, for like the last 5 YouTube videos, I think I've made breaking ipatsu my entire personality. I'm pretty sure I'm like, oh, this is so good. No. It's like, I'm so glad to learn, but I'm like, oh, this is so good. I get to break ipatsu. Oh my god, I'm a noob. Okay.
No. There's many times when that's like a very appropriate thing to do. It's only in the situations where like you're just doing it for that reason. Like there's no other benefit.
And people can't see the 5D chess that I'm playing. I'm not just breaking ipatsu. I'm doing what others have affectionately referred to as bronze level Mawashi. You know, I'm trying to fold and get back into Denpai anyway. This is my patented bronze level Mawashi. I'm throwing elbows. I'm getting back in there. This hand.
That's so funny.
Oh wow! What a nice draw.
Good draw.
Just unbelievable nice draw. Yeah.
And I don't know if you saw, Outline just had a really interesting choice to make between Sanshoku and Itsu, where they had the 1 pin and the 2 pin, and then the 2 character, 3 character, and the 1, 2, 3 of the bamboo, and they could pick whether they wanted to go for the Sanshoku or the Itsu, and it looks like they've pretty decisively picked the Itsu here.
Yeah. pure straight, maybe Pinfu on top if they're lucky and just draw into the pure straight.
Right.
Oh my god, it's the kiss of death all day. Like now it's like unless you pivot super hard into a half flush, which is not unthinkable, 9 of bamboo like comes out here. This is like, oh no,
it comes out. Oh no, outline.
Oh my god, this game, I can't
Oh,
believe
that's
it. The cruelty.
painful. That is so painful.
I think we see like Dora, yeah, because the Mongon animation flashes across when it's a Mongon or above. This is just, oh my god.
That's pretty tough. That's a pretty rough direct deal, and it's just such a shame because that's the one draw that you're always gonna hit the button for. The confirmed straight
confirms the pure straight.
Man.
Yes, Riichi Pinfu eats you guaranteed. Just disgusting. Oh my goodness.
Wow.
It's devious. It's actually devious.
So this is, I mean, it's pretty good for Lil Toe though, because Lil Toe really needs the first place here, coming from the Chinese server with minus 17.3 right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now they're targeting Japan, which is the situation we talked about, which is not really ideal, but it is a start. It is a start. I do think they're gonna have to start going after Jingxi next, because Jingxi does have a small negative right now, but it's not a big enough negative. Though it's only East 2, so perhaps it's too early for us to start doing these kinds of math and calculation.
Yeah, I feel like, like, what do you think here? Like, you never, I feel like sumo is never a bad thing necessarily here, right? Just like still putting yourself above everyone. Like the direct hit on Jingxi is just like the cherry on top. If I'm understanding.
100%. The first things first, we got to rack up the points in first place.
Okay.
Second thing, because I mean, you could, if you just sumo enough, right?
Yes.
Like you can get where you're going. It's just a longer road to get there.
Yeah, and then there's no risk again if people are just joining us. If you're waking up and enjoying the sunrise with us, there is no such thing as like busting here. So you can't like bleed people dry. Even if we sumo a gazillion times and outlined. Fans, close your ears. This is gonna sound like a big hater, but like even if they go below 0, you can continue the game. So we run no risk of that.
Right.
Interesting decision here.
Yeah, you just slam it, right?
Yeah.
You just send it. You just send it.
And why
not to continue parroting wisdom from the people who have come before me, but they say that you need what 20 tiles of improvement to choose to wait instead of sending a Riichi.
But don't you
they say that, right?
Yeah, but like don't you just close your eyes and like we got 20. Like I know we don't, but like 7 of circles. Oh wow. Yeah, gross.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Little toe bringing big hands. Oh my god.
That's some big hand gaming.
People are gaslighting me into thinking that I now don't know if I said sunrise or sunset. It is you are being this is so mean because I don't know. You're right. You don't know. And I'm psychologically weak right now.
Like it's insane that they have that level of like attention to detail because for me I have just recently watched the sunrise and like you could say anything and I'd be like, you're so right, Yusong. Like whatever you said was probably correct. I don't know if these people are more awake than we are, if they're on like a different time zone than we are.
This has to be time zone diff. There's just a huge time zone advantage for some of us watching right now. So this is like the monster like lead that we were kind of envisioning. 61,000 points and it's just East 2. Like this hand is also like this is not a bad hand. Yeah, wow, 6 of characters pick up 2, but like not a bad hand at all. Already Ishan 10, pretty decent weights. 1 of bamboo's kind of looking bad, but everything else okay. Wow, not taking the Ishan 10 and going for like a better hand in the long run. Maybe even Tanya. What do you think about that?
To be honest, I'm going to admit something to you. I'm rereading very closely the part where it says the team with the highest, final basic points in total wins. And I'm trying to understand if that means final basic points, like literally the raw number of points in the game, or if it means like the plus minus that you're seeing in the game right now. I'm actually thinking that it means the literal points in the game. So I'm just quickly updating the spreadsheet to reflect that, because I think that's probably right, because if you look at it in the last game, Ericanator ended with 44 and only got plus 29, which if we were actually just taking like the pure score with no Uma and Oka, that would be plus 14. So I'm gonna update that really quickly and I will return to listening to you shortly after.
All right, here we go. And then this is the patented Yusong special. Just double tile. I mean, this is not necessarily bad. Unfortunately, we can't upgrade our weight without being in a very specific type of Virgin jail. One of which that I will not name right now. But like, we do not want to end up in Virgin jail. And as a result, like, this double pair weight is not bad. Anything to stay in the dealer's seat. Okay, this is also not bad too. There's some potential for despair here. Not the most amount of despair possible, but like a decent chunk of it here. White dragon, green dragon, red 5. Isn't that kind of nasty? Like, this is also pretty nasty in the for the Akagi player that we're watching. The 579 shape that we were kind of disrespecting earlier, but now seems okay. Pawn goes wild here. I wonder if 4 of characters comes out so that you can still pawn into the green dragon. Or maybe you just take like what? Better weights? Maybe 4 of characters does come out. He's cracked. I'm honestly one of the greatest to ever do it. Wow, and we get it. Okay, we get into Tenpai. And then immediately, this is disgusting. All right. So, RIP dealer seat. This is a nice 3-Han banger. And it happened immediately as we got into Tenpai. Here we go. Europe says hi. I also say hi to Europe. Hi to everyone around the world. I believe that the people are calling me Mr. Worldwide as the stream has gone longer and longer. Simply because of the fact that he is, I guess just so cultured. But yeah, Ian is not doing bad. Like, if I were to be biased just because I want my purple bag and my copper rewards, like if I were to be that small, if I were to be that single-minded, I would want this player to win so that we could get that and to take away points specifically from the player to our left. Again, the representative from the oh, I don't even know, but this is the representative from the CN server to try to make that back. Decent hand, right?
All right, I've provided you with some new numbers now, Yusong. I've returned to watching the game and I've stopped transcribing numbers. So some new numbers for your perusal and enjoyment.
Oh my god. So EN, the total is like the EN is still in the lead, but it's only by what, 5,000? Like if that, 4,800. So that's not a lot. Okay.
It's actually not that much. It actually completely changes. Like it changes a lot because the Korean server is quite close to them with only 5,800 points less. So it means that Jingxi needs to be that much ahead of the Korean player. And also we can't let Japan and China get like relatively, 20,000 and 10,000 points.
Right, of a difference.
More than we do. Yeah,
exactly. And this is like a pretty monstrous lead, like from the CN server. I wonder if like again, this is for infinite monkeys with infinite TI-84 calculators, but like this is really strong. I wonder if the game were to end right now, like if this CN server would just like have it in the bag, like plus like a 30,000 diff between everyone. I feel like that's probably enough? Question mark? Not sure.
Funny thing that you mentioned that because I'm actually plugging in the current scores right now to see what it would look like at the end if we did that. And if we with the scores as they stand right now, with the extra 61,000 points, yes, the Chinese server would win by a pretty significant margin. With the English server coming in second, Korean in third, and Japanese in fourth. So it is looking pretty good for them.
I'm just saying, like, I've never been more invested than I am right now, just because with the purple bag, this is the only way I'm gonna bomb my characters. Okay, let's just be really real here. And so I don't have anything else on the line here. It's just, but I would like my rewards. So
I would like some rewards, and especially because it's so close, right?
Yes.
Like you can kind of taste it. You can kind of taste it. You're very close to what you need here. But now it's actually a flip situation where it looks like we need Jingxi to Ron somebody else. Whereas previously we had talked about other people needing to Ron Jingxi. Now it's changed.
Yeah, and this is our first of 2 dealer seats this round, so this game. So it's not necessarily Jova for us by any means. The Pinfu enjoyers have logged on, and we are eating good, like getting closer to some kind of Pinfu magic, maybe a triple-sided weight if we're really lucky.
Right.
Yeah, and at this point, like Claire mentioned earlier, I would certainly be considering just Sheeing just to retain the dealer seat. Like
at this point, right?
Yeah, super important.
Especially as you keep seeing the 2s, the 5s, the 8s being cut, you're like sensing the number of tiles you can get is lower and lower. Oh, we do have the Riichi here, the Chi toy from Outline 2 from Japan.
Yeah, Chi toy. I mean, you made it into Tenpai. Not much you can do here. I don't think Red Dragon is ever coming out. And waiting on the 5 is not great, but like, you know, if you don't have this God view that we have right now, you're like, Red 5 could happen. It's so unlikely, but like it could still happen. So might as well go for it.
And we are seeing the push from Jinxie here. I think Jinxie understands like the value of the dealership and is not afraid to push to make it happen. Do you think they'll Dama to try to hit somebody on that 258 that's safe to the other Riichi? Or do you think they'll just slam it because they're likely to win?
I would slam it here, but that's okay, not what I expected.
Oh, that's a nasty little Suji trap. I understand because it is safe, and also now the 9
comes out.
The 9, if it's there, right?
Yeah. And
it's coming out.
The KR server definitely not listening to our commentary. I just learned that breaking Ipatsu is for fools. So, you know, nice one. Haha.
Yeah.
No, just kidding. I think that like trying to move closer and closer to Tenpai here, like you have to get really, really lucky, but maybe you're thinking about something, or you're like, this hand is so bad that all I can do is break Ipatsu. Might as well just do it.
Right, exactly.
This has to be a huge fold. Unfortunately, a big kiss of death here. Like, Dora's never coming out. Red 5.
Yeah, between the Red Dragon and the Red 5, it just feels kind of bad, right? I mean, the Red 5 is safe to one of the Riichis, but there it is.
Really tricky. 2 of characters not necessarily, like, certified safe by any means on the table, but just, like, good game sense and a willing... Yeah, nice play.
Nice play. Quite agreed with that. And we see Jinxie continuing the dealership, which I'm personally very happy to see.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that this hand is a little too far-fetched to go for the half flush. Yeah, it looks like they agree. I guess just the best case scenario of this hand is what? 1 Dora pickup and then 2 of circles and maybe a seat when prevalent when draw in the
yeah, that could be pretty good.
Yeah. Oh, I wonder if we'll see.
You know, if you really like close your eyes and squint at Jinxie's hand, it kind of looks like a Ruiso. Like if you like block out the entire left side of it.
Yeah, all greens.
Yeah, you know, with like 7 good draws.
I always joke about like there's like seeing the glass half empty, half full, and then like seeing the glass just like fill with gold. And I respect the gold tinted glasses.
Yeah, right.
But like 100%. Tanya at the end of the day with 1 Dora and then calling Riichi.
And Sanshoku maybe, right?
Sanshoku maybe,
yeah. A world. There's a world.
Yeah, there's some value to be gained here. And then like you're super happy. Everyone's hand kind of looks bad. Like no one else has like a super valuable hand. Awesome. I suppose like this is the closest that we've got, but even this is very far away from anything like approaching Tenpai.
It's true, it is. I do think that if I was Jinxie here, I would be just running it down mid, trying to get to Tenpai as quickly as possible. Like even if it's opening for a one-time hand, for the value of continuing your dealership and the 2 Riichi sticks in the middle, like I would probably be taking some cheese soon.
Yeah, that 5 of circles, you know, I'm sure it would be a different... They would have had to at least think about it harder if it was a red 5, but yeah, like even opening for not Sanshoku, I know there's gasps in the audience, but like that's totally viable just to keep the dealer seat.
Yeah, it's possible, right? It's possible. Probably not the first one. Like I totally agree with that. It's also your best shape, and they say you should leave your best shape for last, right? Like chi the bad shapes and save the best shapes for last. But I think soon we should start thinking about it. Soon.
Yeah, a little bit awkward here. You have to. Oh, good pawn here. Yeah, do you have to get rid of one of your pairs? 6 of bamboo, totally fine. Absolutely. Keeps the Sanshoku still open. I mean, both pairs would, but yeah.
Smart. And keeps all those Forso locked up in the hand.
I'm about to watch the sunrise.
All right. Huh? Is the sun rising for you? Can you see it from where you are?
I have like, I'm just scared. Can I be real with you? This is real. And like, again, I can't stress this enough. Like, we don't like, I'm worried about being too weird because we have not like talked that much. I did not want to open the curtains because I didn't want to see like a monster outside.
No, all the monsters are inside playing Mahjong.
No, all the monsters are inside playing Mahjong, but like literally as I like, you know, booted up the stream this morning, I was like, I'm scared of the monsters outside. I'm not opening up the curtains. I like don't want to see. I've seen the movie like Parasite. I'm not about to like step into that, you know?
They give me nightmares. Parasite was such a scary movie.
It was genuinely a scary movie. Okay, outline with a Riichi. If you believe in the comeback, like this is not a bad hand to do with. Riichi, Green Dragon, Red 5 Dora. Like possibly like basically Among Us. You gotta go for it. Oh my god.
Rinchan?
Okay, not Rinchan, but okay. And then the new Dora, did it ruin anyone's day? No, the new Dora has been discarded.
You know,
Great
it's kind of a shame with that Rinchan, right? It kind of makes you wish that instead of reaching on the five pin, that they had cut the 2-3 mon, Khan picked up the 6 pin for the crazy Honitsu closed two-sided way situation, doesn't it?
Oh my god. Yeah, yeah, definitely. I feel like it's so hard pressed to throw away that shape, but yeah, like really coming back into the game with a monster hand, that's the stuff of, like, that's the Saki episode that makes me cry every time. I love that stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, Jinxi's not fully giving up. Still hopeful, perhaps, that they can jam that one 8 pin to make it to Tenpai. There's still quite a few 1s and 4s left as well, though. So Outline may still see success.
Yeah, I guess only one copy of the one of characters, and then what? One copy.
Oh, there's only one. The one of each is enough, though.
One of each is definitely enough. It's not
enough.
It's not the zero
and
left.
They're
zero
in the
left.
wall.
Yes, they're definitely in the wall. Possibly in the dead wall, but we don't speak ill of the dead wall here.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Wow. So yeah, this is just like a gigantofold here. Pun not intended, but kind of funny. Like, yeah, just a huge fold here. Please remember that these are like celestial level players, and that folding is okay, and that not conning is also acceptable. I need everyone to remember that as their homework for today.
It's a shame that Jingxi wasn't able to stay in Tenpai. It would have been nice, but I also respect him trying not to lose the points here.
Yeah.
Because if you lose the points, it gets really dicey.
3 of bamboo, not the safest tile in the world, but you see all the 4 of bamboos, and so like pretty good throw. We don't believe in Suji in this house. Outline takes, keeps the game moving along. There's now a huge just Riichi stick bounty on the table, so.
I know.
Even a one hand. Growing. Yes, even a 1-hand hand, super duper valuable right now.
It's true, and it's going to be won by. Are we taking bets? Which hand here do you think is most likely to win?
It has to be Jingxi. I mean, like I just see a pair of Yakuhai and the Green Dragons, and I'm like, yeah, I've seen all that I need to see. Just that feels.
It's definitely an edge up over the other players in terms of speed. It just the other ships in the hand are okay. They're okay.
Not amazing.
Well, we'll start with the pawn. We'll start with the pawn. This hand is just okay. Like maybe a 7, 8, 9 Sanshoku when it's all said and done, but I feel like this is just like get yourself into Tenpai and slam the like and subscribe button as fast as possible. Absolutely.
There's nothing else that you could do. Wait, I needed to peep. There was someone in this lobby that's Celestial 7. Okay, you're Celestial 1. Is Outline?
I think it's Outline, right?
Oh my god.
Yo.
This is wild.
Celestial 7 is insane.
This is wild. I would.
How many matches have they played? Can you check? Like, how many games does it take to get to Celestial 7?
How does one check that? Like, I obviously know how to check
No,
that.
you just saw it. You just saw it.
I just saw it. Okay.
Yeah. In the South round, it says total play 4,489. Yeah, that sounds about right.
But like, I would like, I literally don't want to ruin my relationship with Yostar because I don't want to say like what I would do for a 31% win percentage. Like that is just like that. I would do that.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful. 31% win percentage is really, really nice.
Unbelievable. And okay, pretty aggressive pivot here. Like we didn't need for this hand to be the half flush, but I'm kind of liking the direction it went down.
Yeah, I mean, it's very understandable. It also leaves you with a lot of options for folding, right? Because you have all these spare Yakuhai sitting in your hand that now, should 2 people call Riichi suddenly,
suddenly.
Should that happen, you have a lot of choices.
Wow. Kind of hard to say no to this, especially if you end on a triple-sided weight, but the 2 of characters does deal
The 2 of characters will kill you.
Oh no. There's
with
5
Riichi sticks in the middle.
It's so hard to say no.
The only scenario where we're saved here. Oh no, are
tough.
We dead?
No,
fold. Jingxi, fold.
No.
Cut your pay.
Interstellar voice.
Jingxi's
Murph.
not worth it.
Murph, no.
No.
Murph, it's a step. Oh no.
It's the freaking Sanshoku side too. Oh, that's not good.
Oh my god. I accept responsibility. I have cursed the EN server so much with Sanshoku bad luck. This is on me. I accept full responsibility.
I'm glad somebody's taking responsibility here.
It has to be me. There's no other way to think about it. All right. The miracle comeback has to happen now.
Swap for the Japanese server. That's pretty major for them.
Definitely.
Let's see how things change here, because now Jingshi's gone all the way down. Our boy, all the way to 19-1.
Yeah. The exciting thing about this game is that it's just South 1. Everyone still has a dealer seat left, so like
True.
JP could have a huge comeback here. EN could still have a huge comeback here, of course. Not being biased. Just want my purple gift and stuff. So it seems okay.
EN server is still in second with the scores remaining as they are.
Okay,
so like it's still in second overall, because even though the Japanese server, the Outline 2 is got more points in game, they still would need about another 13,000 point difference to take the EN server's second place.
I don't know about you, that sounds literally impossible to me. Every time I need to come back from like a 3,000 point deficit, it's just never happening. I love what Outline did here though. The 1-2-2 shape, just immediately breaking off that 1 to confirm the pair in your hand. Love that play.
Beautiful.
And this hand could still like evolve into something beautiful, like a 6 or an 8 of bamboo. Suddenly
for a Sanshoku?
For Sanshoku, for Pinfu, could make this hand super incredible.
100% agree with that. 100% agree with that. I think that this, I mean, I do love an underdog story. The Japanese server is still in 4th place right now, but Outline fighting tooth and nail to change that, and that's a bit inspiring. I don't know.
Absolutely. I'm looking at Lil To's hand. Like, the discards seem absolutely wild until you realize that like, it's Chitoy. It's a Chitoy moment that's happening.
Yeah.
I guess you're not a fan of this.
I mean, you know me and Chitoy. We're on the outs right now. We're on the outs right now.
It's complicated.
To tell like an insane anecdote, I ran into a friend from high school the other day. Like we met up. Like she was visiting home and we hung out.
Yeah.
And we were playing Mahjong together because that's what you do with your old friends.
Of course.
And we were playing Mahjong and she was like, she mentioned that my favorite Yaku was Chitoy. She was like, don't you remember the cult of Chitoy that you made in high school? And I was like, like losing my mind. I was like, who am I? And like, who was this? Like the Claire of the past? Like, what are you doing? She was like, yeah, we all still love Chitoy because you taught us that. And I was like, this is insane. Wow. Like, that's crazy.
That is
like, I don't even remember this. And I'm such a hater now.
A Star Wars level plot twist. Holy moly.
Oh, it really shocked me. It really shocked me that I would have done that.
Say what you want about Chitoy. It's kind of inevitable. Like, we are in tempo for 2 of characters. Oh my god.
And there it is. Poor Jingshi. Poor Jingshi.
Oh.
At least there's no Dora here.
At least it's Chitoy only.
At least it's just Chitoy. It could be a lot worse. Though if I'm in the Chinese server, I'm doing the exact same thing right now.
Yeah,
like,
of course. Yeah.
Like, Lil To knows he has first place on lock, and he's just trying to finish the game as quickly as possible.
Yeah. Wow.
It makes a
oh
lot of
my
sense.
god. And what a nice high pie to start out with here. Prevalent Wind, Red Dragon, Dora, if you can maybe squeeze it in there somewhere. Doesn't have to be a part of your hand, but it would be a nice cherry on top.
Yeah. It would. I think that this hand has a strong chance of completing quickly, which is a problem for all the other servers.
Yes, this is. I mean, 6, 7,
especially
8.
with that 8 so draw right next to the 7 so.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Pretty brutal. No one else's hand. I mean, there's a pair of the East Winds paired up here, maybe a 7 pairs angle, but otherwise no other like Yakuhai. We've taken them all, which feels, I mean, great if we're in this player's position, but tough if we're in anyone else's shoes.
Well, but who knows? Because it does look like Outline is running the Chitoy angle once more, and so it's possible that Red Dragon stays in the hand as they pursue the 7 pairs.
What do you think about this? Like, not cheating the 8 of characters. Like, in my most recent ranked games, have fallen under the delusion of just believing that a Yakuhai will come home. What do you think about cheating the 8 of characters there?
You have too many blocks, right? That's the issue. So I think confirming your best block doesn't really, like, it is the Sanshoku, so I think it's fine if you want to cheat. I think cheating there is fine. It's okay, but it just relies on like a lot working out for you. Yeah. That might not necessarily work out. I do think it's interesting to cut the 6, 7 characters there. I think there is a pretty strong argument for cutting one of your Yakuhai pairs. But it seems to be working for them. It seems to be working. So who am I to...
I mean, drawing into another door, this is like a 12k point hand at the least for the dealers. So this is looking pretty gross. I mean, Red Dragon too. Outline. I mean, this is Chitoy. Anything could happen. They could end up single tile waiting for the Red Dragon as well. So not necessarily it comes out, but like pretty. Woo!
Yeah.
The triplet keep.
Yeah.
Pause.
I think from Outline's position too, if they're thinking they're trying to catch up with the Chinese server, there still is about a 40,000 point gap.
Yes.
So at this point, you have to be investigating the Suanko angle, right? Like the fork and seal triplets.
Yeah. So,
and they are investigating it, an active investigation.
yes,
if you will.
yes, there are people on site right now, and the fork and seal triplets is being thought about. It is being considered.
It's being visualized.
Yeah.
However, it does look like Lil Toe is now Tempai for the 5-8 dot, and I actually can't see a single 8 dot. Can you?
No, it's a very sumoable tile in the 8 of circles. I mean, this is also not bad. Triple.
Oh, come on, Jingxi.
Jingxi
Let's go,
from
Jingxi. Let's defuse the situation before that 8 dot makes an appearance.
Yes, I mean, this is also a very winnable hand, right? Like 5 of bamboo is totally invisible.
Ooh,
Wow.
another Dora for Lil Toe.
Yeah. You can't discard
this is
it, right?
interesting.
Yeah.
Surely from first place with this many points, you're not going to faff around, right?
Yeah, that's the only way you throw away this game is if you cut the Dora. Oh my god.
Oh, that's iron. What did you say earlier? Cold veins? Stone cold veins?
Genuinely ice cold veins, and I feel like a mortal in ancient Greece, like looking down at the gods looking up at the gods at Mount Olympus. Like this is wild. I can never fathom this cut. Like I just never.
Stone cold.
Just think about how many people will be mad at you if you deal in. Like that's the thing that's keeping me from dealing that tile.
Especially to the English server, which is the next closest server to you in points, right?
Yeah. Okay,
Well,
we're pushing because we have Among on, but wow, it's
I mean, of course, it's a dealer manga, and like it's very understandable, but it takes a lot of courage.
Definitely.
All right, this is pretty big for Jingxi. It's not all the way that we need to go, and we are going into South 3, but it is pretty major.
Yeah, and we like that. I guess momentum, if you choose to believe in ghosts, we like that momentum going into the dealer seat. Immediately, womp womp, sad trombone.mp3 sound effect at the starting hand, but at least all of our honor tiles are usable if we pair them up, so it could be it could be
and
worse.
I think you can see Jingxi taking advantage of that as quickly as possible by cutting the 9 so as opposed to any of those floating honors, because he just wants to pair one of them up. Like that is almost the only way this hand gets to completion, right?
Yes, absolutely. It's real.
However, I will say, and call me foolish or crazy, but I wonder about cutting, if you're gonna cut one of those, cutting the 6-0 or the 4-pin, because you could also run this one Chanta, which I know Chanta is like a horrible Yaku. Like, don't come at me. Like, I understand Chanta's horrible, but it is a callable option to get to Tempai, and I feel like being able to call this hand is pretty major.
Yeah, like 4 of circles is not ridiculous, because you can still, even if you had kept the 9 too, I mean, it's hard. You did not have good shapes, and you had a 6 and an 8. Of course the 9 is going to come out, or is going to want to come out, being so unnecessary there. But like, Chanta half outside hand here is not bad.
Yeah, but I mean, I totally respect this too, just trying to run it the most efficient way possible. Like,
now
just
5 of bamboo.
whatever we can do to get to Tempai, whatever we can do.
Unfortunately,
as an update right now, the EN server is about 15,000 points. If all my math is correct and everything, about 15,000 points behind the Chinese server. So that's what they're needing to swap to make their comeback.
Okay. I mean, this is a really tricky situation, because the white dragon, if we draw into another pair, super awkward, but like fine. Otherwise, this is going to come out and hand the rich are going to get even richer in this one. The white dragon pawn is definitely going to happen.
In these situations, are you the kind of player who tries to get rid of the Yaku Haidora early to prevent it from becoming too dangerous, or are you the kind of player who like hopes, dreams, and hangs on to it and hopes that you can build more value in your hand?
I have too much anxiety to keep the Dora. Like, oh, I can't watch this. I genuinely can't watch this.
This is what we didn't want to happen.
Yeah, because it's so hard to use, and at the same time, but okay, single tile.
This is insane. This is the Chanta. This is the Chanta. This is the Chanta Sancho.
My jaw is
That's crazy.
dropped right now. This is ridiculous. I mean, 2 of circles, only 1 copy of the 2 of circles left, but it's like still in the wall somewhere, so could definitely happen.
Right.
Chanta Sanchoku is not bad. Oh my god, this is a Mangan, right? Yeah, this is 5 Han if it happens.
Yeah, it is at least, right?
At least the Sumo or Dora stuff could still happen, but then like
we could be looking at a honeymoon here easily.
it's still so scary. Like White Dragon, that could come out. I mean, Ferritin Jail could also happen for Lil Toe off of the 6.
Oh yeah, we have to hope, right?
Characters. Okay,
Oh
I mean,
yeah, yeah.
I
Cut the
mean,
6-mon. Cut the 6-mon.
fine.
Oh.
9, 6 could maybe still have. Oh no!
Little Toe with the insane sumo there.
My God! I mean,
What
this
the
is.
heck?
And then, of course, we're in the dealer seat. Not to get salty over it, but you know, I'm gonna flip this table over. This is the dealer penalty. What kind of twisted world do we live in?
That's pretty twisted, but I mean, it's like we say, you only need one to win. He only had one to win with, and he simply ripped it out of the wall.
Yeah.
Good for you. Happy for you. Happy for you.
And
happy for you.
God, I've seen what you've done for others. I will now request the same for me. This is a pretty decent hand. Like I like the 1 of circles discard immediately. I feel like the half flush or the full flush. Pawn here is fine. Pawn here is actually fine if you want to go for it.
Yeah, I think that it's a good pawn.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good pawn. Because it's kind of a now or never kind of thing. Like, you either take the pawn now or that's it. Like, that shape, like, you just have to do something different with it. And I don't think you lose anything by pawning there. I think it's a good pawn.
Absolutely. I mean, a dealer, Mongon with just open full flush. Not terrible. Great draw. Holy
Great pickup.
smokes.
Great pickup. Great pickup.
Definitely.
So I'll give a brief update because it's South 4, just in case it's important. So currently the Japanese server has 103,000, the Korean server 107,000, the English server 120,000, and the Chinese server 148,000. So there is a 28,000 point gap for Jingxi to make up if he wants first place. And for the Korean server and Japanese server, it's a little closer, but they're going to need closer to 40,000 points. Oh God, Jingxi has. Wait, oh, is he going to pass Ron? No.
Oh, I was secretly hoping for passing Ron, but like you could tell that there was some time being thought about that because
it's the 4th turn, and instead of winning 2 Han, you could win 5 Han.
You could win
it makes
5
a lot
Han.
of. I think it's very, very defensible to pass a win there.
Yeah. I mean, that's one where you pass the win and you have what a nice YouTube thumbnail you have there afterwards. This is the cynical way of thinking about it. But yeah, the 2-1 versus 5-1.
Interesting.
Kind of interesting. But I also don't hate it. Like if you don't call Ron there, you run the risk of like someone else just winning outright. So you know, like not a quote unquote bad decision.
And it brings them closer to moving up another rank. So now, so now Korea has 110,000, and the English server has 117,000. So it's getting closer between them.
It's super close. This round,
it's getting super close.
Door is the 3 of bamboo. I mean, I thought this was like a 13 orphans hand at first, but yeah, not doing that when things are important. Maybe just like happy to get into Tenbai for a Pinfu hand. But Outline is drawing into some serious value right now. This is Ishan 10 from a pretty nice hand, but like, I don't know if you're even allowed to call Ron here if it's not for the gold. Like, this is kind of tricky.
It's a question of like what your team's goals are, right?
Yeah.
Like if your goal is to take first place, then this is like it's not nearly like forgive me if I'm wrong. I think double Yakuman are turned on, right? Like people can win double Yakuman in this tournament.
Yeah. I think
so.
I
think that we need to be aiming for a stacked or double Yakuman if we want first place, which is it's just hard to do.
Yeah, this is
with this hand
tricky.
It's impossible to do, I think.
I think that like okay. Ice cold dates. I love that because I was like the way that you can make this hand more valuable is either 2-3-4 Sanshoku or pure double sequence in the bamboo suit or frick it, both. Like we could just send both for the wildest hand of all time. So I respect what they're doing here. Even just drawing into a 2 or a 4 of bamboo, like at least gives this hand a little bit more like firepower. Yeah.
And I don't know. I feel like for the Japanese server, like perhaps the goal they're trying to get from 103 to 117 for second place. Like in this situation, like do you just say second place is enough for me? I don't know.
Yeah,
it's a personal choice, right?
Yeah. Also like the glory of winning is also kind of tempting here. Not gonna lie, like.
Well, to be honest, I think the biggest benefit for winning here,
Yeah.
and this is the one that I'm the most interested in as well, is the custom portrait frame.
Yeah, that's.
I love the tournaments that the Mahjong Soul gives such cool portrait frames to the winners.
Yeah.
I've always wanted one.
Yeah.
Like they're so cool. They're so cool.
I mean, I believe there's a dog ear one that feels most spiritually true to who I am and how my matches have been going. But like, yeah, there's some really cool portrait frame. I mean, Outline is actually moving towards Tenpai. Like this is Tenpai. They're not calling Riichi because I respect the grind, but also taking this time means that a lot could happen. Like, the EN server representative is in Tenpai for just like for a cheapo people Tanyo hand, sure, but like, yeah, could still win. Maybe we're just looking to end the round in Tenpai. Like that could also be the decision that we're going for.
Interesting. It looks to me like Jingxi is just securing second, which kind of makes sense because they are quite close now in points to the Korean server.
Yeah.
It just like kinda is a feel bad moment,
Oh,
right?
but yeah, right. Okay, yeah. And then I was so scared about the deal and tell, but the Outline's in Furton jail.
Yeah.
I mean, they kind of
Yeah.
want to be in
Yeah.
Furton jail, but they're in Furton jail nevertheless.
They are in Furton jail, 100%. Yeah, my only question is if the guy from the Korean server is going to be able to win with that 2-5 of bamboo.
Okay, kind of a risky tile going out. Yeah, one of those like situations that you rarely get to practice just because like the stakes are so different and what you're playing for is so different than what you would usually queue up for in a 4-player South game.
100%, 100%. Well, we shall see. I think it'll be really. Oh.
Okay.
Oh, there it is.
There's the second place. You know what?
The second place confirm. We're number 2.
We're number 2.
We're number 2.
Take number 2. I'll freaking take it. I mean, Lil Toad just played like a monstrous game. They had such huge hands this round. Like the 60. Look, I know
it was
this
undeniable.
This is not going in the match history as a cool cat icon. I mean, it is, but like they should put a cool cat icon in the ranked history as well. You gotta. This merits it. 60,000 points. I know we started with 30,000, but that's still kind of amazing.
It is still kind of amazing. I think that it was a really cool comeback. Like the Chinese server needed a solid number of points to get caught up, and they were just like, hold my beer, I got this, right?
Yes, absolutely. So huge congrats to, us for securing second place. And then Claire, would you mind please reading the final finishes?
Providing I wrote everything down correctly, which again, I'm providing that I am not an official representative. Yes. This is my spreadsheet that is titled Chariot in all lowercase. So like this is just my private work, right?
Yeah.
So if my numbers are correct, then the Chinese server has won with 148,300 raw points. The English server has come in second with 119,100 ranked points. The Korean server has come in third with 109,600 ranked points. And the Japanese server has taken fourth with 103,000 total points.
Huge congrats to all the participants. Genuinely, I think it's super cool to even just be like invited because you were taking like names and titles from like other smaller tournaments in Mahjong Soul. And we got to see some like really cool hands today. Oh, hang on. I clicked on the wrong game, but I really wanted to see that like Chanta hand, that 1, 2, 3 like Chanta hand. That's like the thing of dreams. That's like I need a big hand, but my starting tiles are like whack AF. Like, and then it actually happens. Like I could not believe that this happened.
They won on the 1 pin and it was Ipeco too.
Yeah, this was just gross. Oh my god. This is my favorite hand of the tournament by far. It
was absolutely lovely.
Yeah, and then of course the Chasing Riichi comes out. Like why would it not come out? Like Sanshoku chance, Riichi Bifutanya Red 5 Sanshoku chance? Like of course you throw down to this, and then it's just so tragic. It's so tragic.
It is. It's like a predestined kind of moment, right? Like ordained by the gods. Like you were always going to deal in there, always. And it's the kind of hand where you deal in, you just kind of nod. You're like, nice hand, right?
Yeah,
like nice
really
hand,
cool hand.
like nice hand, bro. Like
nothing you can do.
You have to appreciate it. I don't know if you're familiar with the professional mahjong player Suchida Kosho, but he has this quote that's like, like when somebody wins a good hand, you have to be like, wow, like I've seen something wonderful today. Like this is a gift from me to you that we both got to experience this wonderful thing together.
Yes.
Like how wonderful, how beautiful, how amazing that I've seen this. So like you can't think of it as like me giving out the points because sometimes you'll be winning them, but like it's a gift. That was a gift. The 1 pin was a gift.
No. Absolutely. And, you know, what's extra nice is that, like, Maka's gonna not give you a stern scolding. I feel like it's a push 1,000% of the time. So
of course, 1,000% of the time. I could not agree more.
the robot overlords, at least they're not gonna be angry at us. Yeah, are there any other moments or hands in the tournament that particularly stood out to you? I mean, I thought this was great. Only one Freaky Con was called, but I liked the Freaky Con. Like, I feel like that.
I liked the Freaky Cons a lot.
Yeah.
You know, I think conning is like a really fun element of high level play. Like the variance it adds to the field is so much fun, but in that like very targeted way that high players use it in, that it's like it makes the situation so tense that it's really, really excellent. I think there was another Baimon that I think in the first game, was it in the first game, the 24,000 point, the dealer Baimon?
Oh yeah,
you remember that?
There was something like it was really, really calm until it wasn't. Yeah,
yes, this one. Yes, with the two aura. This one was insane to me.
Oh my
look at that. Just look at the Ipatsu, Dora 3, Red 1, Ura 2. Like,
aura,
just add 6 Dora to your hand and Ipatsu Sumo. Like, that's it. That's all it takes, right?
Oh my goodness, yeah. This
Riichi
is also
Ipatsu Sumo, 6 Dora.
Incredible, incredible hand. And it's so tough, but I genuinely feel like everyone was trying their hardest. There was no bad play. There was like stuff that Yusong didn't understand, but Yusong wasn't also spotting Sanchoku for like half of this tournament. So, you know, you got to get off my case for that one.
Yeah. By the end of the game, you were seeing Sanchoku everywhere.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's as the sun rises, I feel. It helps you see the Sanchoku.
We should say thank you. I mean, I want to extend a heartfelt thank you to so many people. Like, first of all, Claire, huge thank you for joining me. For me messaging you, being like, do you want to commentate this at like 6 a.m. your time? And for you being down, thank you so much for being here. Claire, where can people like find you? Like, where do you want to plug at the end of this stream?
I can be found in anywhere that NYC Riichi Nomi is found. We are the big club in the New York City region. We have free meetups every Sunday at the Hue. You search Riichi Nomi on Google and you will find our Twitter, our Instagram, our Discord. We do most of our planning on Discord, so feel free to hop into the Riichi Nomi server if you want to play Mahjong in New York at any point. Highly recommend it. And also, I have to extend my thank you to Yusong for reaching out to invite me to commentate with him. Yusong's something of like a folk hero or a celebrity around these parts, so it was definitely my honor to be here on your stream with you. I have to say that.
No, thank you so much for actually providing some insight, like good player insight. I like no like. It's implied in all of the chat messages, but people are starved. They're thirsty in the desert for any type of good gameplay analysis. So thank you so much for providing that. I also just want to thank like Yostar and Cat Food Studio. Like seriously, huge thank you for not only supporting both myself and Claire, but just for like, I don't know, for being so helpful and for believing in us and for supporting what we do. Like genuinely, thank you so much. Thank you for creating like a good tournament client that even a monkey on a typewriter like me could navigate my way around. So thank you, and for answering all my million questions before the stream. And I also want to
during the stream too, thank you for the quick follow-ups with information when we wanted information about the scoring and so on and so forth. My big thanks to Yostar as well. Thank you, Mahjong Soul, for all that you do, including during this stream itself.
Yes, me asking the Yostar rep, hey, how do you score a Mahjong hand in the middle of the game? I also just, if you want to play this game, I mean, if you're here, you probably already play this game, but it's available on Steam, iOS, Android. It's available in your web browser. It's available on the Windows client, which is how I'm doing it. And if you want the fancy animations, like you can play on the Windows client or the Steam client as well. And I also just want to thank my significant other, Beth, for like, I was like, she asked me like what kind of snack that I wanted, and I was like, I don't know, like banana bread, because I can't like chew anything. And then she like made me banana bread so that I could have it for this stream, and I had it right before. So huge thank you to Beth.
Amazing.
I'm sorry for waking you up and making you think that I was a home intruder and scaring the lights out of you earlier. I sincerely apologize.
Hey, if you have to get taken out by a home intruder, at least it's a home intruder in a suit. That's respectful.
You know, at least they were just to the nines. So again, thank you so much. Oh, and Paper Tiger, thank you for writing this in the YouTube chat. There is a code for some free goodies. I'm gonna paste this in the Twitch chat as well. But there are some free goodies that you can snag in your Mahjong Soul account if you want to hit the redeem button. I'm gonna be doing that immediately after the stream ends. So, and Dr. Bogler, thank you for the bits. I got all the alerts turned off because I wanted only the sound of my own panic and my own anxious thoughts here this morning. So. again, thank you so much to Claire. Thank you so much to Yostar. Thank you so much to the Cat Food Studio for having us. Thank you so much to Beth. And yeah, hopefully we'll see you soon. Claire, is there anything else that you want to say before we end the stream?
Thanks to all the viewers like you for
Yes.
being here and watching this wonderful Mahjong Soul stream.
Oh my god. He hates us. He genuinely. Yusong doesn't want to organize a tournament. And no, thank you so much for joining me here today. Thank you so much for supporting me. So we've gotten to this point. Thank you for spamming my name in the surveys such that they have to reach out to a dope like me that can't score hands. Thank you so much. I sincerely appreciate it. I'm gonna go finish watching the sunrise and then taking a nice cold shower. Okay. All right. Bye everyone. Bye.
Have a good night, everyone. Thank you.
Bye.